Mr. Chris. This is Agora's Bells, and Chris is going to brutally murder us tonight.
All right, you can hear me now. Yay!
Yay!
Thank you for that fantastic introduction, Abby.
You're welcome.
You're absolutely right. But thanks for joining Agora's Bells tonight. Tonight we have a fun episode. We've got a boss battle right off the bat for you. Last week, just to give you a little recap, the Wrong Turns are currently chasing down the true name of a demon lord named Matriarch. Her name was written down across the scales of 4 separate dragons. They found the location of the first one with the help from a keeper of a lighthouse named Broadworth Buck, and he pointed them in the right direction, and here they are. They have entered a keep named Center Star Keep, where some mysterious statues laid of some really cool-looking characters. But then they ventured upstairs and felt a chill wind coming from the 3-story library. And that's where we left off. There was a little bit of conversation had, and it quickly became clear that Vanatoth, Keeper of the Unforgiven, dwelled here, and he hoards the last words of mortals who had sinned. A few notes before we begin this combat. Wrong Turns. You cannot see Vanatoth still. Vanatoth is invisible, or at least blending in enough to the point where you cannot see him. So be creative, I guess. We already pre-rolled initiative beforehand, so we're just gonna get right into this. It looks like Blossom, you're up first.
Oh, fucking great.
So you cannot see the dragon.
Excellent. I know that he spoke to us, though. Could I tell, kind of at least what direction and maybe how far he is?
Sure, I'm gonna give you a negative 5 to all rolls though, because that's too steep. Let's do -2.
Okay, so it pretty much cancels out my focus for perception then.
Yeah, we'll just take a focus away basically.
Okay, so you want me to roll a perception check to see if I can tell?
Sure.
Not great. 5, 6, 7, 8. 13?
13. Okay, I'll say that you can hear, you look over to the bookshelf on your left and you see that there's a scrape in the wood above it, and you see a claw kind of drag through and the page of a book kind of flip open. So you can assume that Vanatoth is up there. I'll let you make an attack roll or something at -2 if you would like. He is right here.
Okay. Hang on. Can you ping again?
Sure. I'm actually just going to put the dragon
up.
token out, but just understand he's invisible. So.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so he's over there. And our movement number, that's in yards?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think so.
if my speed is 15, it's not 15 spaces then, right?
Maybe it is.
That I could move.
Sure, go for it. I'll look it up.
Okay, I mean, I'm just curious, you
Yeah,
know?
me too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
Oh shit, okay,
he's,
I didn't think
right
I was gonna be able to even get there, but I can. So Blossom's gonna go ahead, make Heirloom appear. It just sort of shimmers with this blue light, and her key rapiers in her hands. She's gonna pull out the venom dagger in her offhand, and she's just gonna be like, all right, this is a terrible fucking idea, and I'm gonna zip off and try to make an attack, I guess.
Okay, go for it.
Mostly just sort of trying to find a way to make it she's hoping if she can do some damage, it'll be easier for the others to find him or
Sure.
something. And that was a -2 penalty, right?
Yep.
That's going to be... That's only a 14 to hit.
So I will say this: your blade finds purchase in a scale. You hear the chunk of your sword kind of sinking in a little bit, but you don't do any damage. So you know you're in the right area, but you just can't quite get through his scales, the armor that it provides. So you at least know that he is on the bookshelf in front of you. You can kind of feel the warm breath exhale out of his nostrils.
She just sort of calls over her shoulder well, that went about as well as I expected. And I think that's all I can do because that was a major and a minor action to use my movement.
Right, yep, minor actions are movements, everybody, just so you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we get a major and a minor, or 2 minor actions a turn.
1 and 1, I think, right? Oh, no, I see what you mean. Yep.
It's like or, yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't understand you.
Yeah, so that was a major and a minor for Blossom. So I'm stuck there just like, hello!
All right, next up. One thing that I am carrying over is legendary actions. That's not really in the book, but I kind of like it. I'll rename it just to
I like them.
shed the title. But we're gonna carry that over because it makes things feel more dire. So with his legendary action, you hear this like gust of wind, and it kind of knocks over a few books next to you, and you can feel that a wing is coming towards you. So he's gonna make a wing attack at Blossom. It's not very good. Oh yeah, it is. He's a dragon, right?
Oh yeah!
Fuck.
That's a 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. You take 15 damage.
Ouch.
As you just feel this like thunderous impact. The rest of you hear it throughout the chamber. Just the spines of his wing just crack against Blossom's body.
I'm fine!
The rest of you, as he attacks, he does become visible for a split second. You see in front of you a white dragonborn, or not dragonborn, I keep saying that today, a white dragon with like black scribbling tattoos all across his body. He has gold rings along one of his eyes, and he has pure white pupilless eyes, and he's coiled on top of this bookshelf like a snake ready to pounce. As he does this, he goes back invisible. So that will end his legendary action. King Jax, you are up next.
All right, so Kane Jax is gonna hold up his incense burner, and he's gonna sprinkle some herbs and incense in there, and use like kind of just like a magical wisp of fire to light it. And he begins chanting words in Giant, and he's just like, "Tiamat, give my friends the might that they need to overcome this draconic foe." And the smoke is these 5 different colored heads, one for each head, of course. And I'm casting Hero's Might. So your arcane power infuses a number of targets equal to your willpower. I don't think there's a test for this one. No, I still have to roll like my spell thing to cast it, right?
You have to roll your target number to make sure that the spell is applicable. I don't know how to say that better.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find out if it works.
Okay.
Oh, geez. I can't think of my intelligence modifier off the top of my head. Oh. 16.
What's your target? It should say on the spell what the target is.
Target number's 12.
Oh, then yeah.
16 out of 12.
Okay, so tell me what happens. I don't know anyone's spells.
So, like, as these smoky Tiamat heads, draconic heads are going and wisping around my allies, I'm casting Hero's Might as a major action. Your arcane power infuses a number of targets equal to your willpower, which is 5, so that's all of us. They must be within 6 yards of you when the spell is cast, but may then move freely and still enjoy its effects. Till the end of the encounter, those enhanced with Hero's Might gain a +1 bonus to damage for attacks. And I can designate myself as one of the targets. So
Sweet. So everyone write that down. Make note of that somehow.
Can you like paste that somewhere for us or something? Just for a quicker, what's the bonus we're adding?
+1 damage.
To all damage rolls that we make? Okay.
With like attacks. Like if you make a regular attack, not like a spell attack.
Oh, okay. So +1 to melee or ranged attacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, minor action, King Jax? You wanna move?
No, I'm just...
You wanna...
Nope, I'm just gonna chill here.
Alrighty. Bryn, you're up next. You feel empowered by King Jax, and now you're sitting there clumped in front of a dragon. That's invisible.
Okay. Do I have a general idea of where the dragon is, right?
Yep, generally.
Great. I'm gonna cast Flame Blast.
Okay. So you're gonna roll for your target number to see if it works.
Just barely.
Okay.
Just barely hit the target number.
All right, and then let me know what that spell does, because I don't know.
You need to make a dexterity acrobatics check versus my spell power.
Oh, that'll go well. Not very dexterous dragons. That's an 11.
I'm sure that's too
I'm
low.
gonna assume that fails. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure where my spell power is at the moment. I'll find it in a minute,
It's all
but
good.
that's probably too low.
Yeah.
Then hold on, roll some dice. Okay, anyone hit by the blast takes 2d6 plus 1 for my staff.
Right. Cool.
10 points of fire damage.
Okay. I don't have a pencil or paper. Sweet.
Uh-oh.
You'll work. Okay. 10 points of fire damage. Cool.
And my goal with this, tell me if it worked,
Mhm.
is to set him on fire
Um.
so my friends can find him.
Sure. Why don't you look up your spell power, and I'll say
Great.
based on how he rolled with that, he will also be ablaze, depending on how low that was, I guess. But we can come back to it, so you have some time to figure it out. Cool. All right. So I only say that because it is his turn next. So Blossom, you're up next to him, right?
Yeah, he just whacked me with a wing, I think.
Right. He's going to look at the 4 other individuals clumped up together. And I need you all to make a constitution check, please.
All of us?
Except for
No.
Blossom.
Okay. Is it a stamina thing or no?
It is not.
18.
14.
14 as well.
All right. You all passed. That's the good news. So you'll take half damage on this.
Oh.
Should have rolled this before.
Oh boy. I'm
take-
scared.
19 necrotic damage.
Jesus, that's a lot.
You watch.
In this game, that's a lot.
the halved?
Yeah, Bryn, that is halved, and Bryn, you take half of that. So you take.
Yep.
So
8.
you watch.
Ouch.
Yeah, you watch as his jaws uncoil and unhinge like a snake, and just this spray of like anti-dead, anti-life matter just desiccates you. I will say, whoever has the highest perception, I'm just gonna tell you all of it, but you do look over next to you, and there is a bookshelf, and as this like necrotic energy hits it, it disintegrates. You get the feeling if you are killed by this, it doesn't go super well for you.
Oh.
Great.
My spell power is 16, by the way.
Okay, I'll say that he's on fire for 1 round because he failed. So the rest of you can now see him without negatives until the next of Bryn's turn. And then as he coils back into the darkness, you watch as he blends in again with the surroundings. And he is now invisible again. Adrian, you are up next, but you can see him because he's on fire.
Dope. All right. Still trying to figure out my sheet because like half of my stuff got erased.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
that's 2 of us now.
But I know for a fact I have blades in fighting, or
Yeah, sure.
so I'm gonna do that.
Go for it.
Oh, I roll all 3 and add my focus and my stat.
Yep.
Skill? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. 11. 13. 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Yeah. And that does 2d6
Nice.
plus 1 for the jelly. So total 10 damage.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so Adrian, you run up to this bookshelf and you kind of do the one leg leap up because he's kind of on top of this thing coiled up like a snake, and you just just smack him across the snout with the greatsword, and you can see it cuts in. A few of the scales clip off. Blossom, you get hit by a few giant scales as Adrian's just carving this dragon up. Adrian, you just kind of find yourself there in front of this like flaming white dragon. You can now see all these like tattoos that have been inked onto his scales through like years of work. And you begin making out several names in different languages. You would assume they're names. Maybe you don't speak the language, but
Only speak Elvish and normal people.
normal people. Yeah, this is not normal people for sure. But you can start making out all these like runes and names and like infernal and like all these strange languages that have been scribbled painstakingly across this dragon, which is kind of what you're looking for if you remember. So
Yes, I make a mental note to tell the nerds.
okay, good. The nerds will be informed.
Yes.
Would you like a minor action? Well, I guess you use it to move. Never mind.
Yeah, I'll use that to move.
Cool. All right, sweet. Saren's gonna be up. She's gonna use her Mage Blast every turn tonight.
Hey!
So let's see how we do. Wow, Saren's so good. Look at that. I don't know. She rolled a 12 flat, so I'm gonna say she has at least a +3. Sounds good. Saren does 7 damage. Great job, Saren. We miss you. Alright, next up is the lair action. As you are sitting there, you watch all of these like stone slabs that I had described the session previously begin to glow blue with the runic text. The lair action is going to be Onslaught of the Unforgiven. I need everyone to make a believe it's called willpower in this system. A willpower check.
I believe it is, yeah.
Oh yeah, these I'm not good at.
I need to look at the character sheet.
Blossom's new dump stat.
Actually, I don't need. Hold on. Wait before you tell me.
Willpower check, Abby.
Yeah, I do need everyone to make one.
Okay.
15.
16.
You're good. You're good.
13?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you stunt on a willpower check?
Yeah. Sure.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So you stunted.
Yeah, okay. Do I do anything with that now?
Let me look at the stunt tables.
Okay.
No, I'll just say next turn you have whatever stunt points you have, so you can just use them next
Okay.
turn, I guess. I don't really know how it works. I'm just making it up here.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah,
get there. It's
eventually.
okay. But yeah, anyway, I got a 10. Not a 10. Wait.
Okay.
Brain. Work. 17.
That's way better.
That is way better.
So everyone but Blossom, you watch as from these, all of these stone slabs, you see these ghost-like specters start just swarming you all around you. These blue ghost-like figures, just kind of coalescing all around you. And your next minor action, you have to move directly away from Vanatoth. But you still get your major action.
Okay.
So you are. And as they kind of swarm you, you hear them muttering words like, "I'm sorry," or like, "Watch this." And it's like all these last words of these people that Vanatoth has killed.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Hold my beer.
There's a few cocky paladins that have taken on Vanatoth in their day that are no more. So yeah, you get this wider range of like last death noises. So yeah, next minor action, you need to move away from him.
Awesome.
And you're
Is that like by full movement?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And you're up next.
Okay.
But you do get your major action, so use that normally. Again, you can still see him because he's on fire.
Yeah, I'm just counting my squares. All right, so Blossom, I will use my. I was gonna try to do a thing, but I'll use my major action to make a melee attack, and then I'll back up, which brings me like all the way over to this wall.
Okay.
This is wall. Is that right?
Sure.
I don't know if I'm looking at the right spot on the map. All right,
Honestly,
so-
the map is just to look cool.
All right. Let's.
As all maps are there
Yeah.
for.
For the audience, I'm going to give you a zoomed out view. Check out this 3-story library.
That was an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet. I don't imagine his dex is
It's
less
higher
than 5. All right.
It's
So-
definitely higher or lower than yours. So you get.
Oh, lower. Okay, cool. So I do get a pinpoint attack. All
he
right,
is
so let me
not
just
dexterous at all.
roll my damage. So 14 plus 4, so 18 damage from Blossom as she runs
Nice.
away.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So you lash out. You catch him right where Adrian had like cut his scales off. You see the weak point where illuminated by Bryn's fire, and you just stab him with your rapier there before the spirits kind of overcome you, and you just feel this need to get out of there. It's 18. Okay. You hear Vanatoth kind of let out this wail, as he's not feeling too great. All right. Next up is his legendary action. What should he do? Where's his sheet?
I mean, you could just skip his. You could just pass
Yeah,
his
I mean-
turn.
Yeah, that sounds
Cool.
awesome. No,
That sounds dope.
Sounds like a real good
decides
strategy to
to
me.
go take a nap.
wow, he gets a little sleepy. He's going to tail attack Adrian.
Come
You-
on, shield mom.
Actually, he's gonna bite just for theme.
What?
Yeah. You watch as again he's been coiling like a snake around these pillars and pedestals, and he all of a sudden he just pounces. You see his jaws unhinge again. You see like necrotic where venom would be on a snake, and he is going to try to sink his teeth into you. Oh, he rolled really shitty. He might be okay.
Sets up badass villain, rolls like shit the whole time. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Who's this against Adrian?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to figure out how defense works.
So your defense score is your armor class. So I rolled a 16.
Okay.
What's your defense score?
My defense is 10, but my armor rating is 13.
Right, so you're really easy to hit, but you subtract 13 damage from the damage I give you.
Oh.
So he hits you, but you're going to take negative 13 of whatever I roll.
Oh, cool.
Because you're easy to hit now.
Because
with your
age
tank.
actually does. Age does damage reduction.
So you will likely take 0 damage. Yeah, he rolled 12 damage, so you take none.
Nice.
So you all watch as like Vanatoth like puts his entire maw around Adrian's midsection and just clamps down. One of his tooth just kind of breaks off. And you're like, oh no, he's gonna rip Adrian in half, and she's just standing there more badass than ever as Vanatoth pulls away back into his coil.
Because Adrian worked out this morning, so.
He looks very discouraged through his flaming halo he has. Right, King Jax, the other workout buddy, is up next.
I'm gonna run towards Vanatoth and make a hammer it, like make a maul attack.
Sweet, go
Just
for it.
gonna.
Don't touch my mom.
Stunt baby.
Yes.
Stunting.
That's gonna be 4 stunt points. 15 plus 19 to hit my guy.
Yep, that hits.
King Jax. Yo, what up, dude? And damage is going to be 18 points of damage, and then I'm gonna look at the stunt table right quick. I have 4 stunt points.
I should
Fuck him
also
up.
mention that Vanatoth with his dragon scales also has an armor rating, so he is taking reduced damage when you hit him, just like Adrian
Okay.
did. So
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, oh, should I have been like subtracting a thing? Or...
Ooh, I'm gonna seize the initiative. Your attack changes the tempo of battle. You move to the top of the initiative order. This means you may get to take another turn before some of the combatants get to act again. You remain at the top of the order until someone else seizes the initiative.
sweet, that's really cool. All right.
So,
all right.
like, I like to imagine King Jax runs forward, just swipes the hammer up as Vanatoth is slithering back into the bookshelf. King Jax is like, oh, no, you don't. Crack. And like
That's
as he
really
does
cool.
it, he like jumps up and like Tiamat wings grow out of his back for a second as he like is empowered with this draconic energy.
Dragon fight. Sweet, awesome. Any other stunt points you want to use? Is there any?
Those
that
were
was
all
it?
I was gonna use all my stunt points, just get before that layer action.
Cool. All right, Vanatoth is up next. I'm gonna give him a negative because he is threatened by all of you. So Vanatoth is going to use... he's going to cast a spell. So if anyone would like to do any counterspell equivalents, get it out of the way.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay, cool. King
I'm
Jax.
thoroughly attack-based in this system.
King Jax.
I think Saren was the only one with something, maybe, but
I don't have her sheet.
she's busy.
Okay, so I'm going to roll to see if this confirms, just like when you... Oh, that was... Whoa. Yeah, that was cool. I rolled 3 6s. I've never done that before.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that was really cool. Alright, so it definitely works. So you watch as, instead of his desiccating breath that he used before, you watch as like this black bolt of almost lightning comes out of his mouth. And before you can do anything, King Jax and Adrian, it bounces between you several times.
Oh no.
But instead of this like electric feeling that you're used to from other monsters and things like that, it's necrotic, and it just feels like it's sucking your life force out of you. I'm gonna roll some damage. That's 13 necrotic damage. This is penetrating damage, so your armor rating does not count.
Oof.
So regardless of what that is, you take 13 damage. Typically like spells and stuff I've seen have like been penetrating damage. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that is his major action. With his minor action, he's going to fly. And you watch as he flies up to the second layer of the library. So you watch as he ascends the stairs and just flies up to the balcony, his wings spreading larger than this room almost. It's kind of amazing that he fits in here. And he now is looking down a balcony at you as you can kind of see the flames beginning to spread across the surface of the railing that he's perched upon. And he's kind of like shaking his head from the 2 melee attacks he's endured recently, and he's just kind of trying to find his bearings again. But that is going to be his turn. So Adrian, you're up next. I will say that he's up on a balcony now, but there are stairs in the right side of the room. So you could probably get there in like 2 moves. I don't know.
I'm gonna run up the stairs.
Okay.
Give me, because I go before Vanatoth.
Oh, I did. Yep, I did.
Sorry to interrupt, Abby.
No, you're good.
Okay,
Bryn,
I'm
go
trying
ahead.
to find the stairs.
You're good. Bryn, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Oh, I see them. They're very far away.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If I try and cast a spell and it doesn't work, I still lose those casting points, right?
I don't think you lose the casting points. I just think you lose your turn. But
Just doesn't work.
if someone wants
Excellent.
to
I
correct
think
me,
you do. You still
Okay.
still spend the mana. Yeah, I remember reading that very
That's
clearly in the book and thinking, shit, that
that's
sucks.
harsh. Okay.
This one spell has a really, really high DC, but I want it to work.
Just go big or go home. We're fighting this giant library dragon. We gotta do something.
It's 20 mana points and the target number's
I
21.
believe in Bryn.
There's no fucking way this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it,
We
so
believe that Bryn will win.
I
Well,
don't.
well, anyway, so Adrian's turn is running and doing nothing.
Sounds good.
But is there like a where are my actions? I want to do something to help people. I can't do anything.
You can use 2 minor actions instead, and you can double your movement speed if you want.
I
Or
think,
run as a major action. I copied it into the Zoom
Oh,
chat if you
nice.
want to take a look. It's a major action. You can move up to double your speed in yards.
Okay.
So you could like
Sick.
run and move if you wanted to like super haul ass or something.
I think
As a
if I
major
do
and a
that,
minor.
I would get to the stairs.
Nice.
All right. I'm at the stairs. I'm at the bottom.
You see this long, like, curving staircase.
I'm at the bottom of the stairs.
Take the stairs. Hate the stairs.
Ah.
Bryn, go ahead. It is now your turn again because I skipped you.
Got so fucking close. It didn't work.
Oh no. Okay. So you reach out and your magic just kind of fizzles as something about this Center Star Keep almost like condenses the magic around you. You feel it kind of just puff out of midair.
Son of a bitch!
Saren's gonna blast him. So she's gonna minor action run up and then major action blast. She hits.
Woo.
Sick. She does 8 damage. Man, Saren's tearing it up. Okay, layer action. Yeah, he's gonna use Legion of the Unforgiven again. This is really mean, but Adrian, I need you to make a willpower check.
No.
Let me pull up my willpower. I think my willpower is like one of my worst things. No, it's not. It's not.
Nice.
We're good. 5, 11, 15.
Okay, you pass. You see all these blue spirits coalesce around you, and judging from what happened to Blossom, you probably would have had to run away next turn as soon as you got to the beginning of the stairs. But you fight it off.
It took me so long to get here.
Yeah, you fight it off. You're like, I'm not turning around. You do it by sheer anger, and you are ready to go next turn. So you're all set. King Jax, you're up.
I'm gonna sprint, so I'm up next to Adrian at the bottom of the staircase. Just and he's like, "Why did I decide to go on that workout this morning?"
All right, Blossom, you are up next.
Sorry, I'm choking on nothing.
Sick.
Yeah. If Blossom's like, look, am I able to move forward, or is she still freaked out by ghosts or whatever?
Oh no, you're good now.
Okay, I wasn't sure how long that lasted.
Yeah, just one turn. Sorry.
Okay. Does she think she'd be able to maybe scale the wall like quicker than she might be able to get up the stairs? Like if
Sure.
she got to there first? I just don't know if like that would make sense. She
You
doesn't
would.
want to be like having everybody clumped together on the narrow stairway.
Smart. You have a climbing focus, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, then it's probably faster for you specifically to climb.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to use my major and minor just to run and then move, but it'll at least get me. I measured it out before I could get here.
Okay.
But then I should be able to reach the wall at least my next turn. And
Yeah, the three of you who are running are realizing how wide and massive this chamber is.
how high up is the wall? Because I don't know if like the measury thing is
Sure.
necessarily
Um,
accurate.
I don't know. We'll say it's a minor action up. How about
Okay.
that?
All right. Yeah, I was just wondering if I would still have like the movement or whatever.
Let's just say that you could get to him right now with another minor action. Maps are relative.
Oh shit, that's right. I only used one minor action. Oh wait, no, because I had to run for my major, so I actually can't do anything else.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Because that pretty much lets you go like 3 times your speed.
That's pretty cool, yeah. Okay.
I really like that. So that'll have to be my turn for now.
Okay. Vanatoth's legendary action. He can't really do much because you're not in range, so he's gonna
Haha.
skip that.
I flip him off with a free action.
Bryn, you're up next. You're at the back of this wide-ass chamber.
Get fucking far away. I'm running as well. We're all running.
Okay.
This is
We
what I
finally
became a
got those
spellcaster, so I
run.
wouldn't have to run.
Everyone is out of shape except me. Deal with it.
That's really all I can do. Thanks.
Okay, sorry about that. Vanatoth is up next. Let's see what he's up to these days. He's going to cast a unique spell to him called Chamber. If any counter spells want to go off, now's the time. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my arcane gauntlet.
Okay. We'll just say that works because I don't want to roll.
The actually glove.
Actually, friend, I'm gonna have to say no way.
King Jax, just for flavor, as you whip out the arcane gauntlet and snap it at him, you do see that there's like these ethereal purple bars that are forming around you. So you are going to be imprisoned of some sort if that spell went off.
I prefer my freedom, thank you.
And that was his major. So with his minor, he's gonna beat his wings and fly back a little farther. He is not enjoying the melee capacity of this group so far. Okay, Adrian, you're up next.
Run to the top of the stairs.
Okay, you run up to the top. You
That's
notice
Everything I've got to get up to the top of the stairs.
you notice that there is a large pit that is caved in front of you, and it leads down into
Fuck.
a chamber unknown. You're gonna have to get over that somehow. If you just want to make like a, what's the equivalent? Probably dexterity check.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, can I make an just dexterity acrobatics check around
Sure.
that?
Yep.
Okay. I stunted.
Nice.
It's gonna be 12 total.
Yeah, okay, we'll say you get by it. So you just kind of vault yourself up in your heavy armor over the top of this pit. And you are on the other side staring Vanatoth in the face.
That is unfortunately all I can do.
You
I think.
stunted though.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm like, can I still use those?
Probably, sure. I mean, we're in
'Cause I have
combat.
to like.
You could probably do like a, yeah, you could use those. I'm looking at like threaten, taunt, stuff
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
that.
threaten.
Okay. So threaten, you strike threatening pose, challenging. You must make an opposed strength versus. So you go ahead and make an intimidation strength check, and I will make a willpower self-discipline check, which he is not self-disciplined. So he's stunted. Look at that.
Hey yo.
I rolled a 13.
Boo.
I also got a 13.
Ty
Wait,
goes
you said strength?
strength intimidation check. Yep.
Oh, wait. That might be different. Strength. And oh, yep. I got a. Oh, that's a much bigger number.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring out my character sheet.
No, it's all
12
good.
plus 7. 19.
Cool, yeah, he is threatened by you. He's already kind of on the back. Once you, Blossom, and Kangjax all smacked him in the head with your weapons at the same time, he's already on his back foot a little bit, and he has to attack you next turn now.
Okay. Yep. And then I'm going to use the rest of my stunt points on set up to
Okay.
create an opening an ally can exploit. Pick an ally. On their next turn, the ally receives a +2 bonus on the ability test of their choice.
Okay.
This decision must be made before the dice are rolled. I'm gonna. Kangjax, you're up there, right?
No, I don't know how I got up there. Someone put me up there, but I was like, oh, I think that was supposed to be Adrian.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think is that. Oh no, that's Sarah. Never mind.
I just
Okay,
moved her.
Saren is the No, wait. I don't want to do Saren because she's just gonna arcane blast. I'm just gonna pick Kangjax.
All right, what do I do?
You get a +2 on an ability check of your choice,
So you could use
All
it to
right.
jump over this big hole this turn if you
but
want.
also axe.
That's probably what I'm gonna do is use it to get over the big hole.
All right, Saren's up next. I already moved her, so she's just hauling it. Lair action. I'm not gonna do like a lair action, but Bryn, you're pretty far back, so right? Yeah. Bryn, you hear something coming up the stairs, kind of floating back after you. You kind of look back, and it's this, like, hauntingly, like, spectral woman in this, like, white gown who has, like, this pale gray face. She doesn't look friendly. So, she's behind you now. Okay. Kangjax, you're up.
Did I see what just happened by Bryn?
No.
Up the stairs I go then. Whoop. So I need to try and jump over the pit then?
Yep. Strength, acrobatics, dexterity. Yeah, do a dexterity acrobatics like Adrian did.
Okay, good thing I've got that +2. Oh no, I just dropped one of my dice. 13.
13. You make it. Staring Vanatoth in the face.
Do I still have any other actions I could take, or was that all of them?
That was probably it, depending on how
All
far
right.
back you are. But
That was my turn.
okay, you made it up the stairs. Blossom, you are up next.
Okay. So you said it would be a minor action to scale the wall.
Yeah, you can just get up there.
Okay. Then I'll have to use a minor action for movement, and then a second minor action to get the rest of the way up the wall. So that'll be my turn. I'm guessing I don't see this ghost lady like rocking up behind us, right?
Nope.
Okay. Bye, Bryn. Sorry.
Good luck.
I think I put myself in like the right spot. I don't really
Yeah.
know where the floor begins.
Yeah, you're good.
Don't worry, you guys. It's fine. I have a thing for this.
Hooray! Oh, that's true. I guess if
Yeah.
anybody's gonna have to deal with something deadly.
Maps are relative. You're fine there.
Cool.
Okay, legendary action. You watch as Vanatoth whips over and he's about to bite down on Kangjax, but he is too threatened by Adrian's last stunt point, and he is going to munch on Adrian. He's also going to use his stunt points this round that he hasn't used last
Stop
round.
munching on me.
That's a 19 to hit. Yeah. Okay.
My defense is 10.
Right.
Give me some damage.
I am. Hold on. I'm looking at my stunt.
Are you able to
no.
break up movements a little bit?
Sure. Why not?
Because I think I
Go
still
for
have
it.
like a little bit of movement left over, so if I can just get a little bit closer, I would like to move myself.
Sure.
Like,
Go for it.
cool. Thanks. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. Adrian, you take. He's gonna use lethal attack because he rolled 5 stunt points last turn.
Oh.
You take 14 piercing damage, so you only take 1 damage.
Oh. Not armor piercing.
Yeah, sorry, just the type.
Just okay.
Yeah. As his
So-
teeth.
so I
kinda-
take 1
You take
damage.
1 damage. His teeth wrap around you onto your shoulder, and like one kind of catches you on the skin, like barely. What a threatening dragon. Okay, that's his
He's
legendary.
wearing so much armor.
He is no longer threatened by Adrian now that he dealt a massive blow to her. Bryn, you're up next. I'll put a token out for this undead lady if you want.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna use this guy. Okay, I'm gonna find you a token real quick. I want to use an isometric one because they're so cool.
Are super cool.
Hey, this undead thing can see me, correct? Or perceive me in some way?
Oh yeah, for sure. She's looking at you. She
Excellent.
has pointed ears, kind of like an elf.
I cast Ward Off the Dead.
Oh, God. That's literally just ward off the creature that I threw at you. Okay, what do I need
Yep.
to do?
Okay, that worked by a lot.
Okay.
You need to make a morale save versus my spell power.
That's a cool token. A morale save, you say?
Yes.
All right. Don't know what that means, so I'm rolling 3d6. Oh,
Morale is under willpower.
gotcha. Well, I rolled a 4. So,
No.
So that's not great.
All right. The creature cannot approach within 3 yards of me and must retreat to that distance if it is already closer. Furthermore, the creature cannot use any special qualities on you or anyone within 3 yards of you.
Bummer. Man, this game sucks. Just kidding.
And then I keep running.
So you see what would have been a banshee turn around and
Fuck
start just sadly walking towards the stairs. All right. Cool. Sick.
And it pays to have a necromancer in the party.
It does. All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Vanatoth is up next. He is no longer threatened by Adrian, and he is going to... He's going to use his double attack, because dragons get that as big creatures. He's going to attack Kangjax once and Adrian once. Adrian's getting the tail. Kangjax, you're getting the bite. Oh, that's bad. 13 on Kangjax?
Yeah.
Okay. You take 10 damage.
Okay, so I only take 2. If that's I can reduce it.
Yep.
Nice.
Adrian, pretty much have to roll all ones not to hit you. Yep, that's an 11. And then damage, let's see if we can beat it. 14, you take 1 damage.
Adrian's just a human tank. Adrian's just the juggernaut, just...
And then I'm going to roll to see.
I mean, honestly, I like this a lot better.
Yeah.
It feels right. It really does.
I will say on this turn, you do see the necrotic energy refill his lungs. He puffs out his chest a little. You can see between his ribs this necrotic breath being returned to him. With his minor action, he is going to prepare. So he's going to take an attack of opportunity if you run away from him, basically. Okay, Adrian, you're up next.
Okay. Then I am going to, now that I'm by the dragon, I'm going to attack the dragon.
Go for it.
Sure. So many numbers.
There's a lot of numbers.
12 plus 14.
14 does not hit,
Oh.
sadly. Anything else you'd like to do?
Let's see. I'm going to plant myself with my Journeyman Guardian effect.
Sweet.
So I'm going to go into Guardian mode.
Sick. You watch the shield kind of like retract out, and Adrian is steadfast. All right. Saren's going to blast. Wow, she's pretty good.
Oh, who's next to me? Is that King
6
Jax?
damage.
Yeah, that's me. You need healing?
I'm going to mark you as my protected ally.
Oh, what does that mean?
So when you're adjacent to me, you gain a +2 to your armor rating.
Ooh, so my defense. Or, oh no, my armor. So, like, I'm taking even less damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But then every time you do take damage, I also take damage.
That's
Ooh.
cool, though.
That is
Yeah.
pretty neato. I like that.
Okay, lair action is up. Vanatoth, you watch as one of the spectral pillars, one of the stone slates that have been glowing and empowering him during the battle, it rips out of the ground and it launches itself at Blossom, who has just climbed up the rail. You just see this large stone slab coming at you. So he's going to roll to hit. That wasn't very good. 13?
Oh, that'll miss.
Okay. You just duck out of the way as this huge stone just like
Oh, shit.
rolls over you. Brennan lands like right next to you and just embeds itself in the ground.
Hey, Bryn, watch out!
Man,
Awesome.
this guy can't do anything. Kangjax, you're up.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Sick.
Casting Chain Lightning. We'll see if this happens.
Go for it.
Ooh, wait, I do have the focus in it too. So hold on.
Holding.
15 plus 17. I do hit it. I hit the 17 out of 17 because I would even add 4, so I hit it with a 21 out of 17.
Nice.
I'm gonna spend 12 mana points to I'm casting Chain Lightning, and my stunt die is 3, so I get to basically have my Chain Lightning hit the big dragon 3 times.
Cool.
And it's going to be penetrating damage.
Do I have to roll anything?
Yes, roll versus Constitution Stamina
Okay. Yeah, he rolled
for
like
each one.
24 on the first
All right,
one.
so all right,
Yeah, 20 on the second.
all right.
28.
Damn. All right.
He's got stamina, man.
I figured. 7, 16. 20 points of lightning. Well, we don't really have damage types, but it's going to be penetrating.
No, hit me with
So-
damage types. We're keeping it.
Lightning.
Okay.
So Kangjax takes his hammer and just, it glows brightly for a second, and he slams it onto the ground and just this lightning streaks towards Vanatoth and just keeps it goes up into like a metal railing in the ceiling, and it keeps bouncing off of that back into Vanatoth.
Yeah, he just kind of wails out, and he's just he's not used to maybe seeing lightning besides his own, so he's not feeling good, and it's just rattling around in his open rib cage. That will be your turn, unless you have a
And
minor
how do you
action.
like that, you big bingle bopper?
He will wait to respond till his turn. Do you want
Yeah,
a
we're
minor
good.
action?
We're-
Blossom, you're up. You just got up the railing.
Yep. Let's see. I'm just trying to decide. I can't do what I wanted to do before, but I gotta get close to him first anyway. So I'm gonna use minor action to get up ons, and I'm gonna make another attack with heirloom.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh, and I stunted.
Cool.
It's gonna be. That's a 23 to fucking hit him.
That'll hit.
I only got one stunt point, but as a rogue, I get a thing where I can use the pierce armor stunt for only 1 point. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, which halves his armor rating.
Forever?
For the damage,
Damn.
just for this
Oh.
attack.
It's like, geez.
Right? No, just for the stunt purposes of the stunt, pretty much. So that's going to be. Let me roll damage and pinpoint attack. I don't have my thing up. Hang on. Oh, I only rolled a 1 damage. It's gonna be 15 damage.
Okay, so 15. Armor rating halved. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Okay, so you pierce in. You stick the dagger and the rapier in the same wound, and you just kind of pry out. Right where the lightning scorch mark from Kangjax was, just finding all these precision opportunities to attack. He kind of wheels around on top of his coiled body and just kind of nonchalantly swings out at you as he's dealing with the pain. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nah, I'm just like, hey again as I stab him.
Jeez. All right. Legendary action. He coils up and he has all 3 of the melee people in front of him. And he looks at Kangjax, who just barks something out at him, and he says, "Don't choke on them. You never know when it'll be your last word." And he's going to let out his desiccating breath again. I need you all to make constitution checks, please.
I should have known not to try and go toe-to-toe with Chris with snarky combat taunts.
It's just
It's stunted
Vanatoth.
again.
Oh, I almost stunted.
Assume I am not part of this. Yes.
Yeah, Bryn, you're good.
It's not stamina, you said?
Nope.
Damn.
Sad.
16.
17.
It's just 13.
Jeez, there's a lot of damage.
I do have to say, I hope Blossom took the drinking focus.
I did.
Hey.
Wow, this is a lot. Sorry.
This doesn't count as drinking, does it, Chris?
No. King Jackson, Adrian, you take 13 necrotic damage. It's penetrating, so you take the full 13. Blossom, you take 26 necrotic. As it's almost
I know
like
what I'm doing my turn.
it's almost like these undead spirits that he, as the keeper of, like wrap themselves around you. You can almost see faces in the breath as like these long, bony hands outstretched towards you.
That was 23, you said?
26.
26. Just want to make sure I got the right thing. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, Blossom's not looking super hot.
I don't even know y'all's HP, so we're just winging it.
I'm at 37 left right
Oh, that's
now.
not too bad.
Out of 74.
Oh, that's pretty bad. All right, Bryn, you are up. Oh, he's gonna minor action. He's gonna defend himself, so he has a little bit more armor rating next turn. But yeah, Bryn, you're up.
I'm going to use the activate minor action.
Cool.
And I'm going to run up the stairs.
Sick.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. What did you activate?
My ward off the dead spell.
Gotcha.
Just to keep it happening.
Gotcha. Understood. Sweet. So you're at the top of the stairs. You can just be at the top. That's fine.
Excellent.
Now it's Vanatoth's real turn. What else could this dude do? He's gonna go back invisible. He's gonna use his major action to wing attack Blossom. So
That scans.
4 plus 10 plus 5, 15. Probably miss.
That does miss.
Cool. So the wing just goes wide as you duck under it. It's this just huge flap of like leathery skin with bone intermixed, but you manage to get out of the way. You look up Blossom as you kind of reel around, and he is no longer visible again. He has chosen his invisible form. It's really jarring. 1 second you see this giant wing and claw coming at you, and then next there's just a bookshelf there.
Just that shit.
So we'll put him back on the GM layer.
Boo.
Adrian, it is your turn. The dragon is now invisible. You can swing with a penalty if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay. Stop being invisible.
I'll tell him. I'll let him know.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take an attack, I guess. What's my penalty?
I'll give you -2 because you can't really see him.
That's fair.
I thought so too.
9, 12, 14?
That
Wait,
does
actually 15.
15 hits.
And then I roll 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, can I tell if we're actually piercing this dragon's like natural armor?
Sure. I'll say at this point that you know you got to roll more than 7 damage to pierce his armor, but you definitely have been hitting him previously. I'll just tell you, his armor rating's 7, so
Okay.
So you didn't do any damage
I didn't.
there.
Okay, but I could
Yeah.
tell that like I just didn't do any damage.
Yeah, but before you were
Okay.
definitely doing damage, so
Okay.
you've definitely like shaved scales off of him.
Okay. So now I actually have to ask that because it's a lot easier to hit things.
I know. All right, Saren's up. Blast. Oh, she finally missed. Okay. So Saren does nothing. Lair action. One of the slabs is gonna fly up at. I'll roll a dice for it. We'll be fair. Bryn, congratulations. You see this large stone slab uproot itself, almost like Vanatoth might be throwing it while he's invisible.
So squishy.
15 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. You take 9 bludgeoning damage as this slab just impacts you across the side of the face, and you just kind of are thrown backwards against the wall for a second.
Ouch.
That's it. King Jax, you're up. Dragon's still invisible, but you know vaguely where he is.
It's a good thing I'm not going to attack the dragon. I'm going to use Healing Aura. So I'm going to roll to see if I can succeed on that.
Sick.
I
Also,
stunted!
Hey.
Nice.
Also, I didn't take a minor action, so I'm just gonna take the prepare minor action,
Cool,
and I'm
sounds
gonna
good.
prepare an attack.
Sounds good.
All right, so that is going to be 16. The target number was 15, so I'm going to pull it off. I get to pick targets equal as many targets up to twice your willpower. So that's going to be everybody. I'm going to hit everybody, and I'm going to hit us. I'm going to heal us for 11 hit points.
Sweet.
And then I'm gonna let me check my stunt this caster stunt table really quick because I have stunt points I can use.
Thank you for healing, King Jax.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, thanks. Sorry. Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna use skillful casting. I'm gonna spend all of my points, reduce the magic point cost of the spell by 1.
Nice.
So
I like it. It's pretty rad.
So, yep. Hopefully everyone's feeling a little bit better. So Kane Jax kind of like looks at the incense burner and hums some phrase in gigantic, and
Gigantic.
this like cold, misty around him and it's
Screenshot of it.
refrigerating.
Did he freeze?
Just
He,
for a
froze-
second.
he froze halfway
You
through that
froze.
sentence.
Yeah.
We missed you.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. That was really funny on our end. Uh, all right, cool. Everybody heals a little, so make sure you get that number, because I didn't hear it.
11.
Thank you. Okay, Blossom, it is now your turn.
All right. And I can't tell where the dragon is.
Correct. If you want to hit, it's a -2.
Shit. Yeah, what was I gonna do? I was gonna try a thing. Yeah, sure. I will use my minor action to take the aim action.
Okay.
And I will hurl my dagger in the general direction of where that slab came from.
Cool. You throwing the venom one or a different one?
I don't know if you can technically throw a regular dagger in here. Like I don't think it's listed as a throwable thing. So
Gotcha.
throwing knife, I guess.
Gotcha.
And I think the aim action just gives me. I can just ignore anyway if I'm taking that penalty. I just want to make sure it's the right amount. Sorry. Okay, so it's a +1 bonus for the aim action. Oh wait, but I think I get a higher bonus because I'm awesome. So it just negates that. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'll make it with a -2. Ooh, and I stunted if that matters. 10,
Sure.
15, 16. That's still a 20 even with the penalty.
It does hit.
And actually instead of a as like part of that, I'm making that a stunning attack. Which means that I don't deal damage when I hit, but the enemy needs to make a stamina check with a target number of 15 or be stunned. I figure it's a long
18.
shot,
Yeah.
but worth a try.
18.
All right. So Blossom's just like, fuck you too.
You do
That'll
see,
be my
you
turn.
see the throwing knife stop, so you know he's still where he was. He hasn't really moved.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's helpful at least.
Yeah, that is helpful.
So his invisibility doesn't end even after he's hit?
Correct.
Because it didn't deal actual damage.
Oh.
Because I was trying to stun him
right.
instead, yeah. Because he
Alright.
wouldn't have been able to do anything but move if it had worked, which would have been pretty fucking clutch.
Oh, that's fair. But is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, because that was a minor and a major. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna interrupt with my prepared action.
Go for it.
Nice.
And then I'm going to wildly swing attempt to attack again.
Okay, -2. Actually, I'll say that you don't need -2 because you saw Blossom's dagger.
Yeah, can I like shout
okay.
and sort of point?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, it's over there! I'm very helpful.
17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 10 damage.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, you definitely find Purchase. You know that it's dealing damage, slowly chipping away at him.
Still
Okay.
invisible?
Yep.
Okay.
Legendary action. You hear the wings flap, and you now do not know where he is. Not even a clue. And he is gone. Bryn, you're up next, now that you don't know where he is.
Well, this kind of sucks. Okay, I use my activate just to keep that other spell going.
I'm so sad about the Banshee.
Is it worth doing this? That is the question. I'll
Probably.
just move a bit.
Okay.
Go hang out near Shield Mom.
Okay. I'll say if you're devoting like an entire move, you don't have to make a check around the hole. You can move really slowly and carefully.
Great, yeah, that's what I'll do then.
Okay.
And that's it for my turn.
Sweet. Alright, Vanatoth's turn. What's the GM lair hotkey? Oops.
Wish I could tell you.
Chat. Maybe Maybe I shouldn't have put him. That's Control K. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Vanatoth pops out of invisibility. Oh, I'm moving the arch. Okay. What the heck? What? Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, Vanatoth pops out of invisibility, and he's now up on top of the stairs. You hear the flaps come down on his mighty wings. With his major action, he's going to cast a spell. So if anyone wants to counterspell,
You just asking that so you can laugh at us now, Chris?
I think it's kind of fun. Yeah, I like this.
It's like asking if a 25 hits, you know?
Right.
Out of curiosity, does Saren have counterspell?
I think she does, but I don't have her sheet.
Or
Yeah,
it's
but
like
I'm just
asking.
saying,
Yeah,
she
it's
would
like-
use it.
It's like asking the blue MTG player, like when they're all tapped out.
But can I have my turn now?
Is
Is this allowed? Can I play this card?
It's like asking them, do you want to counter this? And you know they can't. And you just like shit-eating grin or just like,
All right,
Heard us,
spell
Daddy.
works. You watch as these 4 little like necrotic darts fly out from amongst his wings, like the gaps in his wings. Blossom, you take 12 more necrotic damage.
Jesus.
And he grins, and he is savoring every second of trying to get your last words out of everyone.
These going blossoms are probably gonna be fuck you, but I think we all knew that was already the chance.
Yeah, that's not news. All right, Adrian, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm gonna let's do. Well, we can see him again, right? So we're
Yes,
all
now
good
you
with
can
that.
see him. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, I guess, use all of my movement to get as close as possible.
Cool. Yeah, you definitely can feel the strain now as you're running upstairs across these giant chambers. He's definitely using the size of his wings to his advantage.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use run as my major action, and then as my minor action, I'm going to prepare a melee attack.
Sounds great. Okay,
And that's it.
Saren is up. She's gonna make her way around the hole, and then blast him. Saren's stunted. Look at that. She didn't hit. She didn't hit though. What does that mean?
God damn it.
I think it's only on successful stuff.
Yeah, it's only successes you get to stunt.
Oh well. Well, she rolled a 9. Okay, Saren's turn is over. Lair action. Who should I throw a bookcase at?
Oh.
We'll roll. King Jax, congrats.
Oh, fuck.
You've been selected.
I don't like the prize of this game.
You watch as Vanatoth picks up a bookshelf and just hurls the entire thing at you. Rolled a hit. 13?
Yeah, that's gonna do it. It's a lot easier to hit me in this.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. But you only take 7 damage, so I doubt you take any.
I take none.
Yeah.
Kanejex just it just breaks
Kinda
off his
yeah.
armor.
It just breaks over your back. It was kind
Yeah, that's right. That's because I'm not a nerd. These things don't work on me.
That's going to be your last word. Right. King Jax, it's your turn now, too. So
Hell yeah. So I'm gonna run up my 7 yards or 14 yards or whatever God damn it, I don't know. Words.
you're going to run.
I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna cast lightning bolt.
Awesome. Lightning bolt.
Stunt! Let's see if I succeeded first. 11,
That's like the
11,
worst feeling.
13. 17 out of 15, so it will succeed.
Cool.
And let me go check my stunt list now because I might just be adding. Ooh, I stunted for 5. Lethal spell. If the spell does damage, one target of the spell takes an extra 2d6 damage. Alternatively, all targets of the spell take an extra. Ooh. Ooh. If the spell does disrupt magic in addition to its normal effects, your spell is so powerful that it may disrupt another magical effect on the target. No, the spell does. Also, I think I need the save from Vanatoth. Sorry, I got really excited there. Yeah, I need a Constitution stamina save.
16.
Ooh, let me check. That actually might not do it.
That was a lower one.
Nope. It is just not just low enough. One more and you would have passed. Sweet.
Damn.
Yeah, we're gonna do lethal spell. We're gonna have this lightning bolt deal an extra 2d6.
Cool.
And this damage will be penetrating lightning damage. $16 points of penetrating lightning damage. So
that hurts.
So Canejax, after the bookshelf like shatters around him, the pages of one of the books that fell at his feet begin like blowing and flapping in the wind as he summons this lightning cloud above his head, and then just sends it this huge lightning bolt streaking across the library into Vanatoth's head. Just
I love it. It kind of, in the same fashion, both of these halves of the bookshelf kind of break against him, but it doesn't matter because it pierces his scales, and you watch as a few of them turn black and brittle and burn off of him from the heat. Anything else you'd like to do?
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Blossom, you're up. Now that you can see him, he's not looking great. He's scorched everywhere, especially from that last hit. He's got like bruises and bumps on around his head, but he's still kicking.
Okay. I'm going to use a minor action for movements and my main action for a charge attack, which lets me move up to half my speed. And I gain a +1 with my bonus attack against an adjacent creature when I end my movement. So I've got like just enough to get up to like his feet here. And I will make my attack with a +1 bonus. Ooh, and I stunt. That's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet.
Don't get the +1 from the blessing we still got going.
Right. That was for. That was for the damage though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For when you hit. Well, I'm just reminding because
Good to know for sure. Let's see. I've got 3 stunt points. Fucking A. I'm gonna use all 3 for a lightning attack so I can make another attack against him. So let me roll the damage first. Oh wait, no, hold on. What am I doing? That's not how I roll damage in this. Let me get the thing up. I'm just like re-rolling shit now. So heirloom and a piercing attack. That's gonna be, oh no, I'm on the wrong screen. 13 plus 5, 18 damage?
Was that penetrating or no?
That is regular. I mean magical, but not with a penetrating
right.
thing this time. And then I'm using the lightning attack for a second attack, so let me roll that again. That's gonna be a... Shit, 24 to hit. Blossom's awesome. Let me roll damage again. This time I can't do another pinpoint attack. I can only do that once around, though.
Okay.
And that's going to be another 14 damage.
14, nice. Sorry, I was doing something. Yeah, he's looking really rough. Blossom, as you kind of do this, he reels back in pain. You kind of leave heirloom in him for a second and bamf it back to your hand. And he's just not looking good at all.
Sweet.
Anything else?
That'll be my turn.
Great. That's his legendary action. All right. Yeah, you can see now that the panic is setting in. Maybe this great dragon hasn't been challenged in some time, especially from a group of people that he thought would be quite easy to kill. He's going to... Yeah, he's going to do it. You watch as his wings, from them sprout these like black necrotic tendrils. I need everybody in the room to make dexterity checks, please. Acrobatics.
Oh no.
Acrobatics if you got it.
16?
I stunted, but I rolled like shit.
Why am I only stunting on things that you can't stunt on?
15?
13.
Also 13.
Okay, 16 was the magic number. So Kangjax,
Fuck.
you take half.
How much damage was it?
I haven't said yet.
We haven't yet been screwed.
Is it piercing?
Yes. Okay, it's not that much damage. You all take. Kangjax, you take 6. Everyone else takes 11 necrotic. But everyone who failed, so everybody but Kangjax, you are grappled and you can no longer move.
Ooh.
You can use a minor action to try to break out of it with a strength check, I'll say.
I get something for this in a few levels.
Does that interfere with my ability to cast spells?
No, not at this time.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, what I guess is the mechanic change for grappling in age, I guess.
You just can't move.
That's it? Okay.
Yep. I'm not even, like, I'm using grappled as, like, just a descriptive term. I'm not using it as, like, a status.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, you can't move.
Alright. Just because I know that is a thing that can happen because I get a thing for it later.
Right. Your speed is 0. That's all I meant.
Alright, cool.
You have a feeling, though, the longer these things are attached to you, the more effects you're going to suffer from them. So getting them off might behoove you. And then with his minor action, he is going to... He's going to prepare an attack on Blossom. So at some point... Oh, I'm sorry, he can't. This is his legendary. Okay, Bryn, you're up.
Great, I'm gonna try and blast him again.
Okay.
Fingers crossed, please roll well. I did it!
Great.
Yes! And I stunted. Excellent. Only got 2 stunt points, but it's not... Okay. Hold on, I'm reading stunts.
You're good.
I think I'll do a mighty spell.
Cool.
Shit, hold on. I'm casting Death Curse, so you need to make a stamina save versus my spell power.
Dang, he's good at stamina. You guys keep making him roll that. 19.
Fuck. Target makes it successful. Con save. Okay. So 2d6 plus an extra d6 plus my willpower. 19 points of penetrating damage.
Okay.
And they will suffer an additional 1d6 plus my willpower penetrating damage at the start of each of their turns.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. He's up next.
Oh, excellent.
Fuck him up.
9.
Oof. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you had failed that con save, you would not have been able to heal.
Oof, that's pretty good. Especially with what he's going to do on his turn. Just kidding.
No.
Okay.
Vanatoth is up next. He is barely hanging on. He's breathing heavy.
Oh, I also activated my other spell.
Gotcha. Yep, I just assumed at this point. He's breathing heavy. He's labored breath. He's trying to crawl up on top of the bookshelves and coil up back in his defensive position. You can see all the scales that you've ripped off of him throughout this combat. And he is going to use his last Black Tentacle ability. So the 3 of you that are already grappled instantly take damage equal to 8 penetrating damage. So don't take your armor rating into effect. So Blossom, Adrian, and Bryn all take 8 necrotic. Bryn, you take half of that. Yep. And you watch as your life force is being sucked out, his is being emboldened, and he feels better. He had 1 hit point left.
Oh shit!
Yep. Adrian, you're up next. Slay the beast.
Am I grappled though?
Yeah, but you're right next to him. You can still attack.
Oh, I can still. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I forgot to attack before. Never mind, I lost it.
Oh, he's going to use his minor attack to prepare an attack too. Or his minor action.
All right. I'm trying to decide. Do I want to do an all-out attack? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do an all-out attack.
Cool.
Throwing the full weight of my strength behind the attack. If I hit, I do +1 damage. I stunted. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna hit. 17.
That hits.
Yes. Okay. So we're stunting, and I got 4 points to spend. Ah. All right. So 6 damage. So 7 damage to start.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make. I'm going to use 3 of my stunt points to make a lightning attack. So I'm going to make a second attack. That's definitely going to hit. It's a bigger number.
Okay, that hits. I'll trust you.
Okay, and then for damage, 10. And yeah, then my last. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all.
Adrian, how would you
Yes.
like to slay Vanatoth, the keeper of the Unforgiven?
I would love to.
Please describe.
So, all of my children are being grappled around me, and that does not sit well with Shield Mom. So, she just goes all out and just attacks and just drives her sword into the belly of the dragon.
Amazing. You watch this like black ichor spew out and cover the ground around you until finally there's no breath left. And he just slumps over and knocks over a few bookcases where his mighty head just cracks into the ground. And the rest of you are released from the black tentacles, and you now know that Vanatoth is no more. You hear him slightly breathing on the ground, his own last words. Don't take their words from me. And he just kind of passes out. And
So
he is
proud
now
of
dead.
us.
You survived. Congratulations, everyone. We're going to take a quick break here, and then we're going to come back and roleplay the rest of the session. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you soon. Bye.
You did it!
Ooh. And we're back. Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Thanks for hanging out. So the Wrong Turns have survived a battle with Vanatoth, Keeper of the Unforgiven. Oh god, I thought my mic was muted. After all that. So, they survive. You all stand there in the library now alone. There is a third floor to check out as well that he seemed very protective over. If you would like to loot the battlefield.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Alright,
please.
Cool.
I loot.
Okay, so you walk
I
up
use
to
the
the you walk up to the next floor. Let me get this epic music off real quick.
Give me the loot, broder.
So you walk up to this next floor, and you see in front of you, a pile of gold, but it seems almost like it's been pushed to the side. Like that wasn't really his focus. That's not really what he wanted to hoard. As we know, he hoards the words of mortals. So it's not as much gold as you'd expect a dragon to have. It's probably like 2,500 gold. So you still get that, but it's not this huge hoard.
Still, that's a lot of money, comparatively speaking.
Yeah.
500 for everybody.
That's 500 each.
Mhm.
Slick.
I can do math as soon as you put a $sign in front of it.
It's amazing how that works, right?
You also find this like you find this orb essentially. By the way, this is a war room in the third story. It's like there's a big oak table in the center with chairs piled around it and a world map laid out. There's X's and O's marked in certain areas where people were marking strategy pieces.
Or where people kissed.
Kissed. Kissed. On top of the table, you do see a big orb. It is like white and kind of foggy on the outside. It almost looks like clouds. Next to it is the really interesting thing, kind of tucked under the table, almost hidden, like Vanatoth wanted to hide it. Let me pull up the description because it's important.
Ooh.
You see a tome, but it is made from dark, sleek ceramite on the covers. There are parts of it like circuitry that glows, moving rainbows, and a purple crystal in the middle. It's covered in change and religious seals.
Can I read it? Like, can I see? Like, is there text on it?
I don't know.
I want to know about this book.
Is there text on it?
Maybe like one on the seal, like a rune in an ancient language that no one here would have any hope of understanding.
Then yes, there is a rune on the exit of this.
I would like to use my linguist talents to try and decipher.
No one here knows it. I would like to know it.
You're right. I would like my character to know.
Alex is creating his own adventure over here. Yeah. What does it say, Alex?
Well, first I have to see if I can pass the thing.
You pass.
Is there a thing here that no one understands? Yeah.
Oh wait,
I
never
guess.
mind. I can't.
I
use
want to
linguist
understand it.
I can't use linguist like that. Never mind.
I
It's
rolled
not
to
just a comprehend.
understand.
Okay.
It's not just a comprehend language spell. Never mind. I don't know shit about it.
You can make some sort of religion check if you would like,
Ooh, yes.
because
I can
there
make a-
are religious symbols on the exterior of it.
I'll make a willpower faith check.
Why don't you?
And I stunted.
Nice. Well, I'm going to give you all the info anyway, so don't bother using stunts. But this is when you and Bryn went to the library in Hagrimar and researched Agora and her potential brother. This was the symbol that they used to depict her brother.
Hey, I think Bryn, come here. I think this is related to AJ.
Would I recognize it as well because I was there
Yeah.
in the library?
Mhm.
It is the symbol of Azor Bale. Took me a second to remember the name.
Yes, and this must have something to do with AJ, right? This book is quite. I pick it up, and the chains rattle. It is quite fancy.
So it is. We do not know if AJ actually definitely has something to do with Azor Bale.
The symbol on the book almost looks like an afterthought, as if it wasn't placed there during the creation of the book.
I opened the book.
Ooh.
There are locks and chains across the entire
Shit.
thing. Does not open.
Blossom,
What?
can you open this book?
Oh, yeah, give me a minute. I'm, still where I was, just sort of, kicking Vanatoth's body and drinking.
There is a Banshee. Just sort of
Wait, what?
around.
Oh, when
So everyone,
Vanatoth dies, she died.
Oh, good. Never mind. Forget that.
Yeah, I can come take a look. I will take a look at the book. You already tried to open it, though, so I don't need to worry about it exploding when I touch it.
I mean, I pulled on it, but it's all locked, so.
All right, Blossom's like, all right, well, thanks for saving me that time. And I'll pull out my lockpicks and give it a go.
Okay. Make a check.
Okay, is
make
it just
make a
one?
check.
Okay.
Sure, make some sort of check.
Some sort. There's a lockpicking check.
Open it
Oh
up.
man, I stunted, which I don't think matters. That's a 19.
19. So as you try to pry open this book, you can't get the lock right away. So you just kind of rip at the edge a little bit, just as desperation to try to get it open, and you hear this howling noise coming, like a sucking sound from inside of the book. It's at this point that you realize that this lock is not going to budge with just lock picks.
All right.
Blossom, are you able to? What? I've never seen you be unable to pick a lock.
I mean, happens. Hang on, I'm not done yet. I take another sip and then I'll tap on the lock and use my Nox gift to open it up.
Okay. You watch as the rest of you don't see this, but Nock is in the corner. There is a chest that he's kind of working on in the corner, trying to pry the lock open. And he turns around, and one of the long chains that are under his robes comes over and just instantly picks the lock, and it snaps open.
Boss was like, thanks, man, to nobody that anyone else sees.
You're welcome. I didn't really do it. I'm just standing here, but I mean.
Yeah, I know. And I opened the book.
Okay.
You're being really. Did Vanatoth's stanky breath do something to you? You feeling okay?
I mean, I wouldn't really say I'm feeling okay. There was blood coming down my ears and nose. I'm at 17 hit points out of 74 right now, so Blossom's not looking great.
It's a rough evening. So as you try to read this, I'm gonna have to ask you to make a willpower save or check.
Oops. Not great. 7.
Whew. Blossom goes out cold in front of you.
Oh,
0 hit
Blossom?
points.
Blossom? Blossom?
What?
I'd like to cast a spell. I'm gonna cast Healing Touch.
Okay, roll for it. See if you meet your TN.
Target number 10, and I rolled a flat 11, and I would have got a +6 on that, so we're good.
Okay, so you run up and you place your palm in the center of her back, and some healing magic is transferred over to Blossom, and Blossom, you're back on your feet. The book is howling at her feet, just sucking in the other books around it. It's just kind of
Ooh.
like rattling on the floor as if it was living.
I would like to bat it away with my sword, like a golf ball.
Okay.
Blossom, you regain 8 hit points.
Okay, so Adrian, you just like golf this book across the room and
Yeah, I'm
smacks
trying to
into one of the
figure
walls.
out, would that be accuracy?
You can just do it.
Oh,
You just smack it across the room with the butt of your great sword. It just clambers against a bookshelf and snaps shut.
and this is why we don't read books.
Blossom, I imagine, is like face down on the ground. King Jack seals her, and you just hear a very muffled, "Fucking books, man!"
King Jax leans on the Blossom. Was it written in common? Because sometimes common knocks me on my arse too. So
I don't know. It was written in fucking asshole. I couldn't tell.
I'm gonna walk over to the book. I'm gonna like carefully like slink up closely, look back every time, and watch the other wrong turns. Like, go on, go get it.
There is no go on, go get it from Bryn. She is on your heels. Like,
I'm gonna then pick the book up carefully, dust it off, and just rechain it closed. Just
snap.
we'll
It's
we'll just reopen it if we need to in the future, but not now.
It's at this point that Saren's gonna use her whatever identify is. She told me she took it last time.
Oh yeah.
I'm so
okay.
sad Saren's not here for this book.
I know.
I
This
know.
book is so wild because I know what book it is.
I want to read it so bad.
So she pours her hands over it for a while, and she now knows what it is, and she turns around, and I'm not gonna do Saren voice, but she tells you the name of the book is the Astropath Arcanum.
I forget. Did anybody in this game tell us about it?
No one in this game told us
Okay,
about
because I
it.
know we all got a couple of, like tendrils of info.
Nope.
With, like, the Azor Bale drop, so I wanted to make sure.
Would I have ever heard of an Astropath Arcanum before?
No, this is something that you. Just looking at it though, Saren can also tell you it does not belong on this plane. It was not
Oh my
made for
God.
this.
Bryn's dying. She wants to read it so bad. A magic book she's never heard of. This is the temptation of a lifetime.
Was Saren able to learn anything else about the book, or just its name and that it's not of this world?
Well, let me read you your own notes.
That's why I want to hear my own lore notes.
Sure.
Tell them to me, GM, please.
Let me read it. Let me find it.
Thanks, Flea and Taz, for really fucking up big
You really
time.
fucked up.
Here.
I mean, Flea's in this world too. You never know.
I forgot.
Essentially, what Saren can ascertain, it is essentially like a map of the void and other realities that will. How do I say this friendly? You will lose yourself in the process of reading this book and trying to navigate it.
I think the best way to describe it is that feeling when you watch videos about space and how astronomically huge everything else is compared to you. It's like that feeling times 100. So your brain just gets annihilated from trying to understand multiple realities.
Yep.
So
I
you
took
just
philosophy. I get it.
You just have an existential crisis so
Yeah.
bad that you turn to goo.
Yes, essentially. You have such a wild existential crisis that you lose all sense of self.
I dig it.
Existential annihilation. There we go. That's the word for it.
I like it.
There are
How the
two
hell
other
did I get
items.
here?
There are two other items of interest in this chamber. The big orb on the table. Saren also goes over and identifies that. I don't know if she can do it, but I'm just going to say she does. And this is a simply called an orb of protection. It will obscure your presence in a large area around you if people are trying to scry on you or anything like that. Saren also tells you that this affects a large area, like perhaps this entire island, if it was turned on correctly.
And it's not on from what she can tell?
Yes, it is off.
Okay. That would be pretty fucking handy, knowing we got, like, Matriarch and Thunder and shit coming after us at some point. Can we figure out how to turn it on? I'll just ask Bryn.
I will make an attempt.
Okay. Before we get to that last thing in the chamber, Vanatoth has 3 piercings on his right eyebrow that are all golden rings. They're also magical. Essentially, if you put these on as handcuffs to somebody, they are bound and they're unbreakable. So,
Ooh,
pretty cool.
could be useful.
Adrian is the only person I trust to have those.
Yeah.
Why? Because she won't open it or read it or anything?
She won't accidentally lock somebody to something.
Oh, we're talking about the handcuffs. We're talking about the book that you're not allowed to read.
Well, that too. Somebody should take that.
I agree Adrian should be the one or Blossom. No, Blossom, your curiosity sometimes does get the better of you.
I don't know. Fuck that book.
I will, but not so much that I think it would kill you, because
I mean,
but I don't think I've ever seen Adrian read a single page in my life. I think Adrian should take the book.
I mean, no arguments.
Have
Like,
you guys ever
Be
seen
careful.
a small child in a bakery staring at the glass? But their mom says they can't have it.
Yes,
That's the emotion right now.
Bryn.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if ever so far has the party ever seen Adrian read a word ever.
I think they have.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Not that I can recall.
Like, anytime we get anything written, we just give it to Brittany.
Good.
Yep.
There you go.
So, but it's,
Adrian could be completely illiterate, honestly.
We'd have no idea.
And that's why she hates books.
Hey, no judgment.
so I know the book is Big, Bad, and Dangerous, but Saren
Sucks.
did mention something about Map of the Void. Perhaps we could use it to get the drop on Agora before Agora supposedly comes back. Or we could use it to get the drop on the Dayrunes and their big plans to do things. This book is immensely powerful and could be the tool we need to win. We just gotta learn how to use it.
Well, I'm not volunteering for any more fucking experimenting with that thing. That hurt.
Yeah, the problem is if it doesn't belong to this world, I don't know if we're gonna find anyone who knows anything about it. I mean,
I'm willing to give translating it a shot.
of course you are, but I'm worried
I'll
about
try.
I'm worried about your sense of self being annihilated by this book.
It is the knowledge of...
Well, I mean,
Everything.
we don't need to decide what to do with it, like, right now. I mean, we got some more reading to do. There looks like there was, like, a bunch of shit fucking written all over that, like, asshole's body. We gotta figure out what we gotta do with it.
Words! And Bryn turns around and sprints over to the dragon body and starts looking.
I'm just like, oh, that was easier than I thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna like just kind of like nestle up towards Blossom and be like, that was smart there. We need to get Bryn away from that Astropath Arcanum book or whatever
Yep,
it is.
that was totally my intent.
You know, that Bingle Bopper really did do a number on us. I'm looking down towards Vanatoth.
Yeah, that sucked. But I mean, shit, y'all, we fought a fucking dragon and we like literally get to live to talk about it. Like, it's
This
pretty
is true.
pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, if it's one of those things, maybe this is like one of those secret quests that we can't go around telling everybody. But you know what? I think we could go around telling everyone, hey, we killed this old dragon that had demon names inscribed.
Yeah, I
tattooed
mean,
in
like,
his
it's
skin.
not like we went around fucking like stabbing Marsaurus or something. This dude was a dick.
It sure was talking about like every time I'd say something. You sure you want those to be your last words? Well, anything I say could be my last words at any moment, even if they were Bingle Bopper or Beans.
That's a mood.
Well, actually, I think Beans would be a very fitting set of last words for me. Oh, Beans.
All right, well, now this line of conversation's making me sad. Let's go poke his body some more.
Well, I'm a vampire thing now, so I can't die, technically speaking.
All right, so, well, I mean, at least then, like, if I go down, we can still, like, hang out, right? I can just, like, ghost it up and we can, like, chill that way.
Yeah,
Like, forever.
I'd summon your ancestral spirit to hang out with me. I do have a ritual for that, but we gotta go find this really strong drug in the forest.
I mean, I'm there for that, man.
Yeah, there's a few of these old shaman rituals we had back in the old giant days, and let me tell you, I could contact your spirit and you could haunt a library forever so no one ever reads again.
Yeah, shit, I just remembered I was supposed to be looking for, like, ingredients for Pearl or something. They asked me to do that. Oops, I'll figure it out later. I got it somewhere on me. That's a problem for Future Blossom.
Oh, Beans. Oh, well, if anything, though, I think you'd make a hell of a Ghost Blossom. I'd want you to haunt my attic.
Oh, man, I just, like, knock shit off of shelves, like, all the goddamn time. It'd be great.
And this is like the conversation that they're having as they walk up to Vanatoth's body. Like, oh yeah, you'd be a kick-ass ghost.
I'm just like, man, I'd haunt you so hard. It'd be awesome.
Just regular ass people conversation.
You never get rid of me. It'll be great.
Bryn is pretending very hard she cannot hear this conversation.
Adrian is not doing much, just like, all right, I've got a book that I can't let the nerds read.
High stakes, keep away.
Adrian, they'll never be able to reach you. I saw you up against Vanatoth. Chomp, nothing. Chomp, just a nick out of the old, just a little scrape.
I do have excellent grip strength.
Adrian, haven't I found any magic words yet?
Bryn, go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Chris, I'm sorry.
Hey, you got there.
I stunted. Only got a 9. Wait. 13. Just kidding.
Okay. So it takes you some time, but you manage to... It's weird. You start with you and we'll say probably Saren together. The two of you are looking this over, putting your minds together, and the both of you almost see like patterns starting to form in like the words and the tattoos, and you can tell when some of them are just dead ends. One little fragment of scale does stand out to you eventually, and it is in common the letters E-Z.
Is there a GG somewhere on the dragon body?
This is just a long esports joke. This whole campaign.
GG easy. Fuck.
That'd be
I don't
fun.
know if this is relevant at all, but as we continue to explore this old library, I am a lore specialist.
Oh, that probably is.
Friendly reminder.
Well, you probably could have
God,
added that, so you
old
did
library.
even better. You did even
So
better.
bored.
So as the rest of you, the other three, are kind of hanging out on like the first floor, like as Bryn and Saren kind of examine Vanatoth's body, you do hear, and you hear a yawn from one of the corners of the book, like the aisles.
Who is it? Wakey, wakey.
Oh, where am I? And you just hear this like eccentric male voice behind one of the bookshelves. He's like, oh, confound it. Wait. And he's kind of like, it seems like he's really having some self-discovery over in the other room.
I go over to the other room.
Okay, you look down this aisle of bookshelves, and this is Bryn and Saren's like heaven. So you look down at the end, and there's like a little circular like reading nook where there's circular shelves that have kind of placed him on a couch, and you see this this elderly male gentleman. He has a fine suit on, a black suit. He has a little bow tie that's kind of crooked a little. He has a monocle on, and he has a top hat next to him. And he's kind of sitting there examining his body. He's like, well, look at that. I never thought I'd see this again. And he's kind of poking his skin.
Excuse me, what the beans are you? What? Who are you? Where did you come from?
Oh, hello. My name's Hancock. It's a pleasure.
The name's Kanejax Livbror Beerfra Isifer Avstav Yang. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Hancock. How'd you get here? Did you not see the big dragon in the other room?
Well, I seem to remember a big dragon many years ago. And now
Big
I'm
and
here.
ugly, stinky breath.
Yes, that's the very same one, yes.
Look over into the other room. You mean that one over there?
Yes, that's the one. He goes over and kind of kicks it with his nice shiny kicks he has on.
Oh yeah, I softened him up for you.
Thank you. I believe I got the killing blow, but I'll let you have that.
Blossom was kicking him earlier, so there are like little claw marks where like her foot was hitting him.
Yeah, get him.
Say Hancock, you seem very familiar. Have we met before?
Well, I don't believe we have, but he gives a little dignified bow, a little half bow. It's like, I'm being incredibly rude, I apologize, but my name is Hancock, butler extraordinaire. I have served many a family, and he kind of pulls his coat up proud of himself.
Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Yes, and I believe I'm at Center Star Keep now, if my memory serves. He's kind of looking around.
Memory, what? Who?
Yeah.
Where? When?
So what is the last thing that you remember?
Well, the last thing when I remember I had skin on was a big dragon biting me, and that was the one right there.
When you had skin on?
Oh, right. I was a skeleton for many years. I served many families here and there. I am quite a fantastic butler. And are you the new owners? I'm sorry. I'm being incredibly rude.
Owning?
Are we the new owners?
Owners
I mean,
of what?
Broadworth did say, we could keep the castle if we cleared the dragon out.
Then yes. We are the new owners.
Finders
dibs.
keepers.
I dibs everything except the library.
The
So
library's
the
mine.
whole fucking building.
I gave y'all the library.
Adrian got the last hit. She gets anything she wants.
That's how that works now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shit.
He's like, well, it is an absolute pleasure. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable today? And he immediately goes into butler service mode.
Burn all the books.
I am on it, miss.
No.
No,
Those have demon
Prince.
names in them.
She's
bad enough
the
day.
funny one. All right, I'm starting to see the dynamic.
Quick question about the library. Use the Dewey Decimal System or how's this organized?
Well, I believe I used to, but it looks like Vanatoth has really made a muck of the place. I
Who
can get...
the fuck is Dewey? And his decimals.
Do
A
we?
very ancient, powerful mage.
Someday I'll tell you the
Renowned.
story of Dewey.
Oh man,
Renowned
I
for
bet
his
Vanatoth.
collection of knowledge.
I bet Vanatoth's one of those fuckers who organize the library by color rather than author or anything like that.
Disgusting.
Wait, that's how I organize my books. And then I immediately, oh yeah, this makes sense. It's like I'm going through the library, finding the book looking for because it's like, oh, his sorting method makes so much sense to me.
Oh, sorted by color. That does make sense.
I mean, it's very aesthetically pleasing, but it makes no fucking sense.
Well, why wouldn't it? When you have different weights, usually they're differently colored when you go up in weight.
Sam,
So
have strong feelings about this.
Bryn's just crying.
Oh, I forgot to mention being a Yeti creature, Kanejax is also colorblind, so he colors.
Hey, Blossom too! High five.
So he sorts by color, but he can't.
They're all
see
gray.
color.
Oh
They're all just different shades of gray.
no. Oh my
I'm
god.
pretty sure Elves has a broader spectrum of vision.
So humans are putting things next to each other and you're like, yes, this is good.
This makes
And Bryn
sense.
is just like, what the
It turns out actually really well organized. And they're all just shades of gray.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, Chris.
Hancock goes about dusting the room. Me and Hancock are one and the same right now.
Missed Hancock.
All right. Well. Sweet. What do you want to do next?
Bryn is trying desperately to figure out some kind of order for this poor library.
All right.
But that's the joke. It's already super organized. It's just K-Jax thought it was by color.
It's fine.
So I know we were only able to get like a few letters of the names from the body. Did somebody like copy down what was left yet? Because if not, Blossom would try to do that, or maybe try to like help Saren or someone go do that. If Bryn wants to keep looking at books.
Bryn and Saren kind of determined the rest is just kind of like scribble to kind of throw you off as to not show you what the real name is.
Sweet.
But you were able to ascertain it.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. I couldn't remember.
No, you're good.
Bryn's gone. She's somewhere in the stacks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, all right. Well, I guess Bryn is fine. Do we want to like rest here for a while? What time is it actually?
It's at this point that I'll say that y'all, like, all of a sudden, you just feel this, like, immense weight of just exhaustion finally setting in. As you've traveled across the world twice, you've fought a dragon, you're like, you know what? It might be nice to lay down for a little while. Maybe a few days.
Maybe a week.
Yeah.
Maybe forever.
I mean, if we can figure out how to turn this anti-scry like thing on, that would actually be very nice to do here.
Oh shit, yeah. I can give that a shot.
Cool, go ahead and make me an intelligence check. You can take Laura if you want.
Before you do that, I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
Because I'm going to try and give you Hero's Inspiration, so you can, if I'm successful, you'll get a +2. It's like guidance, kind of.
Nice.
Sick.
Could we tell if we would still be able to, like, use those kinds of spells while under this thing's effect? Like, is it like a two-way block?
No,
Okay.
You'd be able to use them still.
Okay, cool. Just curious.
So I got an 11 out of 10, so we're good there.
Okay.
So +2, Bryn, to the check you're making, as K-Jax kind of just whispers something.
+2 puts me at a 17.
Cool. Yeah, easy enough. You wait for a while, and you just kind of weave some arcane symbols over it. After a few trial and error, you feel this pulse go out, this invisible pulse across the island. The books, like the dust, flares up for a second before settling. And you kind of stare out the window, and you see, like, on the very edge of the water, a little poof, as like a little splash goes up, and you can kind of see like the edge of the invisible dome a little bit. You think it worked?
We found Themyscira.
You think it worked?
That's really fucking handy.
Yes, that is very useful.
Thanks, Bryn. Like, I feel immediately a lot better just knowing they can't like be watching us right fucking now. Shit.
But
Because I like knowing things, so.
Oh fuck, do you think Matriarch can like sense when one of her family members or something dies?
I hope not.
You know what? We're gonna just we can weekend at Bernie's it with Vanatoth.
No.
All right. It's been a while.
She shows up and you just puppet a dragon.
Oh my god.
Campaign. Fuck it, that's the campaign.
You know nobody but
No.
Adrian would be able to move a single limb though, so it would just be Adrian like running around.
Vanatoth starts to
Animate
disintegrate.
dead, for the record.
Vanatoth starts to
marionette.
disintegrate. This is your fault.
We have to get a pulley system to like marionette
Oh my
it.
god.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry I
I
said
still
it.
can
Good
cast Animate
plan.
Dead.
He disintegrates. How many scales do you want before he disintegrates?
All of them. I
Okay,
want
great.
all of them.
You've
I'm
got
gonna
a
make
shit ton of scales.
As many as possible.
So Hancock, is there anyone we know that we could like have this dragon bone stuff I don't know, crafted into stylish armor or ornamentation for certain priests who have acquired new gods lately that would fit the new aesthetic they've adopted.
Ah, well, I too am about fashion. I don't
I know you're so sharp dressed.
Thank you. Yes, I don't know anyone like that, unfortunately. But King Jax, you also know that you've seen Flea fashion bone into like spears and things
Ooh.
before. So
That's
potential. Um, yes. Hancock goes on to say, "Is there? So, shall I make up your chambers? Will you be staying? Or I'm definitely
Yes.
gonna clean this place up. It's a wreck. It's so dusty."
Yes, I think we'll be staying the night, and I'm looking at my compatriots, like getting like the confirmation from them as well.
Yes, that would be very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not up for walking through Ghost Town again.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, all those stairs right up front that we were running up for fighting the dragon and everything, perfect for the morning workout.
Oh, well, I will make sure that they are repaired to your convenience, madame.
No, leave them as they are. It'll make it a challenge.
Ah, rough terrain. All right.
Yeah.
So he's already like patching in the little hole in front of the stairs. He looks at Adrian and he stops. He just kind of puts the bricks to the side. Yeah, he goes on to say, and please let me know if you would ever, since this place is now yours, if you'd ever like to expand, I'm willing to get that in motion. You just give me the right amount of resources and I can make that happen.
How much for a greenhouse? Asking for a friend.
Well, that depends. Probably like 2,000 gold to get it off the ground.
Done. I just handed the 2k gold. I'm just done.
Well, Master King Jax, I will see what I can do, sir.
You, Sir Hancock, are a gentleman and a scholar. I put my arm around him, like stick a doobie in his hand, and I'm just like, we're besties.
He looks at the doobie. He's like, I don't partake, but I'll keep it for good measure. All right, so basically, essentially, if you want, I'm going to send you a map of this keep later. If you want to build onto it, any rooms, anything like that for people staying here, Hancock can get it done for X amount of gold. So yeah, it's a little base building mini game if you ever want to expand to your new keep now that you are owners of this area.
Yes, I just spent like half of my fortune on a greenhouse.
You got to do what you got to do. All right, so yeah, you can go downstairs. You kind of wind down and you see all the rooms at your disposal. It's pretty late at night. We'll say that fight took a bit, just because of like him constantly retreating up the stairs. We'll say it took like an hour. It was a long fight, we'll say, thematically. So you're pretty
I think we took our time anyway, like sneaking.
Mm-hmm. So you are pretty exhausted. So if you would like to do any scenes before bed, now would be a great time. Otherwise, we will pass the night, unless anyone wants to do anything.
I want to play with AJ and Azil for a while, but
Sure. Any particular areas that you would like to take them?
I'm still trying to teach AJ how to fly, I think.
Okay. Sweet. So you kind of take him outside to do so? Okay, so you take him outdoors. And I'm
not afraid of ghosts. It's fine.
You get the feeling they died when Vanatoth died. He does get like a few flaps in. You know, you keep kind of like, I don't know how you're teaching him. How would you like to teach him to fly?
Kind of like the way you teach a toddler to swim. Like you hold them up and like move them until he gets the motion.
Yeah, I'll say he gets a few flaps in. He starts to get it a little bit. His eyes constantly focused on the stars above him as he wants to fly up to them but can't quite make it. But he doesn't get like discouraged or anything that you can tell. He just keeps chugging along.
I love him so much.
He's a happy little dragon. So yeah.
That's all.
Okay, the night goes by.
Blossom had been actually wanting to talk to Bryn, so I could come and find her at some point while she's
go for it.
Working with AJ. I think I'll just kind of like hang back and watch for a while, and I'll be like, "You're getting really good with him."
Oh, thank you. He is a quick learner.
You got like just a second, real quick.
Of course.
Look, I know this might be a little heavy, but I heard back when we were yelling out of Cord's mouth, which now that I say that out loud, I feel like was probably some sort of like, I don't know, heresy or something. But anyway,
He
you
said he does not
mentioned-
care.
I hope so. But you mentioned while you were yelling that you learned that thunder pretty much just did what she did to open a door, a portal, I guess.
Yes.
I just wanted to say I'm really sorry for that. I mean, I would be anyway, but like, sorry that someone at least connected to my family was responsible for that, for something so fucking terrible and stupid, and I'm sorry.
It is not your fault, Blossom. I would not blame you. You are not responsible for her actions. She would have done it whether you existed or not.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know that's true, but she's never gonna say sorry for it, I'm sure. So, for whatever it means, I guess, to have somebody from the clan say it, we're all sorry. I know y'all keep saying, like, she's not really my aunt and stuff, but we don't really know what her connection is, and I mean, regardless, honestly, I've known Fiend's Thunder longer than I would have known the real one, so she's the closest thing to an aunt I do have, and I still feel responsible for what she does, on some levels, I guess.
Well, I thank you for apologizing, Blossom, but it is not your fault. It is not your responsibility. And blood or not, she does not have to be your family if you choose to condemn her actions.
I mean, I definitely do, but I don't know. She's responsible for a lot of the things I know how to do that I do now, so...
And you have used those gifts to save lives.
I think I've taken more than I've saved at this point, but I hope things will balance out at least when we're finished.
You have saved my life. You have saved Kainjax and Adrian and even Saren.
I don't know about that, but thanks. Well, I'll promise that we're gonna, like, take care of her and make her pay, for everything. Just, I don't want you to ever doubt that, at least. She's not gonna get away with it.
Trust me, I know that.
Oh, I mean, I know I saw you fry her up real good last time we saw her, so...
So I look forward to the chance to do that again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really look forward to seeing her again, but I do look forward to, showing her a little bit more of what I've learned without her, at least.
I look forward to it being over,
That I definitely agree with. Alright, well, sorry, I mean, that's just kind of been on my mind since I, heard you say that, and... Alright, I'll let you keep practicing.
Thank you, Blossom.
I mean, thank you. You've kept me alive, too. Despite my every effort.
You are a friend.
It's nice to have friends.
Yes, it's a pleasant change.
Yeah, you can say that again. Alright, well, good night.
Good night.
And I just sort of totter off.
Cool. Not to load on the Blossom stuff, but Blossom, as you get back to your room, you see there's a little table in your room, and you see Nock sitting on one of the chairs. He has the chessboard set up, and he's waiting
Hey, man. Thanks for earlier.
Come play.
All right, I'll head over and sit down across from him.
Make an intelligence check.
I don't think I've gotten any better at this from the last time, but
Any gaming thing, anything like that can be. I don't know if
I
there's
don't think
anything
I've
like
got
that.
anything actually helpful. That doesn't look like I've got anything useful for it. 13.
Yeah, great. We'll surmise it because that's not the important part here.
I
But
stunted if it matters.
all right, you do slightly better than last time. You're starting to catch on to his techniques, but eventually he wins. And he slowly puts the chessboard away and snaps his fingers when it's done, and the box vanishes. In place of the box that he has his chess set in, you see a small brown box like the one he wanted you to find. And it has a little lock on the front that is not opened.
Oh shit, did you find this here earlier?
Upstairs.
Oh shit, I didn't look upstairs yet. Fuck. Alright, yeah, I can give that a try if you need.
Yeah, he just kind of looks expectantly at it.
Alright, I guess this time I'll just go ahead and use my knock ability again to, like, save time.
Okay, cool. So you cast knock slowly, and he just, like, again, the bandages cover his face, but you can see, like, a slight smile peek out from behind them. His, like, blue skin. He smiles slightly, and the little brown box opens up for another little vial of liquid inside of it.
Does it look the same as the first one?
Yes, it does. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Alright, so I'll just sort of slide the box over to him and just be like, I don't know if you can tell me what this stuff does.
Shelby, stop. He looks at it. Did you slide the vial to him or just the box?
Oh, just the box, but like open, so he could, you know.
Okay. He takes it out with his like bandaged, raw, like gross fingers, and he just says memories before he drinks it.
Your memories?
Old ones.
From like, I mean, I guess from back whenever that vision you showed me?
Before.
Oh. Huh. How long ago did that stuff happen?
Thousands.
Oh shit.
Forget.
So I guess you've been kind of after the Darunes for a really long time then.
I didn't know their name till recent.
Oh, well, glad I could help with something, I guess. So there's still one more vial, right?
Different. Box. Small. Silver.
Okay.
You'll know it.
Wait. Alright. What happens when I finish all those favors? I mean, like, you know, these... Thank you, by the way, for all these cool things I can do now. Does that just go away when I'll finish this stuff, or...?
No. No debt.
Alright. Probably should ask that, you know, before. And I just sort of, like, grin at him like, oops!
You can see that he's kind of smiling under his bandages as well still. And he says, helpful. Then he disappears. And
Alright.
again, this like big door opens behind him, and similar to the book that opened up, he is kind of sucked back into the door. His chains rattling behind him.
Alright. I'm just kind of like...
Okay, I'm just gonna show it. Shelby's got this huge thing. She won't leave me alone. Look, there, it's done.
Oh my god.
Thanks, everyone. Bye, Shelby.
Bruh, that's a big zucchini.
Right?
I
Was
know.
that... I'm like,
Bruh,
was that a
actually, that's
cucumber? What the shit?
Yo, fuck tabletop roleplay games. We're zucchini channel
We're
now.
zucchini. All right, Blossom, what are you doing? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Just
it's-
kind of as he's like leaving, she'll just kind of call after him to like, be careful. Watch your back. Matriarch's fucking the worst. It's like all she can kind of think to say.
Yeah. He's kind of sucked back into this, like, the nether realm, wherever he dwells. You've been there. You know what it is.
Yeah. She's like, that place is weird.
Mhm. And that's where he stays. So the rest of you go to bed, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do after that. All right, sounds good. You wake up in the morning. You smell a nice breakfast. Hancock has prepared. I will let your imagination run wild with what he has prepared because it's probably there. You immediately get the sense of how much pride he takes in his work. He's standing by the door as you all enter. He's like, "Good morning, good morning." He gives you like a half bow to each of you.
I love him so much.
I love him too.
Unlike maybe like a traditional butler, he does like eat with you guys though. He does sit down at the table and unfolds a newspaper. It's like blank and old and dusty from like thousands of years ago, but he's still reading up on
Amazing.
the newest stuff.
Oh my god.
And he just sits there, ever adjusting his monocle occasionally.
What a man.
Truly.
I don't know why, but I have like such Addams Family vibes because I just
Right.
imagine we're in this like dirty,
Right.
dusty old derelict castle.
Oh,
He was a
it's-
skeleton for like
We're-
1,000 years.
It's
Where's
spotless
Cousin
this
It?
morning. He has
Oh,
cleaned
wow.
this thing up. Polished stone, marble countertops. It is looking nice in here.
Dang.
I have so many questions about how he got here, but they're all too meta to ask.
Question.
Answer?
Sure.
No, not you. Mr. Butler Man.
Yes, that's me, Hancock.
Gak. How long have you been here?
Well, I was here like 1,000 years ago, and then I served another family for like 1,000 more years, and now I'm just happy to be back in my own skin.
Okay.
How long have you been here? I don't want to be impolite.
Last night?
Well, I meant, oh, okay, all right. Opens up his newspaper, folds his legs.
Hancock,
Yes.
what was the names of the families that you served?
I don't frickin' remember. Hold on. Let me look up my own lore docs from last campaign.
Well, I mean, what about like the most recent people? Like, who owned this place last?
Oh, those people. I don't really know. Originally, there was some sort of, like, race of draconians that lived here. They were quite nice fellows, I believe. Aurelian, something like that, was his name. He was the king of one of them, or not the king. He was like the mayor. There was a race of draconians, and then I left for a while, and then it looks like there had been new owners in that time period, that gap somewhere. And then I went and served a nice group of half-devils, or half-demons, rather. They were interesting, to say the least. They had some strange friends, a little kobold, and some other nice chaps, but other than that, that's about all old Hancock can tell you.
But then you wound up back here?
Yes, it seems that when you killed that dragon, I was returned to my body.
Weird.
Wait, if you returned back to
Yeah.
your body, what about all the other people the dragon was killed?
Well, that I don't know.
I mean, we were all
We
like,
should go back to town.
yeah, we were all like, I don't want to go to Ghost Town, but fuck, maybe there's just like a bunch of scared, confused fucking people down there right now. Oops.
We should go find
man.
out.
Okay, what if we also go down there and are also scared and confused?
Adrian's just pulling pranks now.
I know. Adrian's shit posting everywhere, and I love it.
Adrian's a shit posting focus.
I mean, Adrian, I like the way you think. I mean, honestly, it's not too far off right now.
I spend a large proportion of my life scared and confused, so it would not really be a change from the norm.
All right, look, I've told you many times, Thane was the ideas guy.
All right, Adrian, idea. But instead of scared, we go with dazed and confused. And he pulls out a big old blunt.
Oh. Uh,
I'm going to go check.
Okay.
Yes, away.
So, you
Thank
head-
you for breakfast, Epcock.
Yes, please tell me how I can be of service. I'm going to spend the day cleaning and whistling. And he walks off.
Cleaning and whistling. This guy.
Save
What?
anything super cool you find.
I will do that, miss. And he walks out, or walks upstairs to the war room that he hasn't quite cleaned up yet. So you continue down out of the mountainous pass, kind of look back at your new keep, and you're like, shit, we own a keep now, that's cool. And you do see a lively village where that ghost town once was. You see people walking around. From this distance, you do see the portly Broadworth, the lighthouse keeper that had, been your friend the night before and offered you a place to stay before you attacked the dragon. So you now see a little town down there.
Huh. Oh
Oh,
man,
hell yeah, we saved the town.
I wonder if we can go and find Broadworth's ma. He was asking us to see if we could put her to rest and stuff, but if she came back, that's fucking one better, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll go look, I suppose.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, so you head down to the town. People are not surprised to see you because everyone's kind of like, what the heck? And you do see Broadworth over with a woman who resembles him. She has dark skin as well, very wrinkled. She has long gray hair. She's like an older woman. And she is, she's hugging Broadworth. So you can assume this is his mother.
I'll sort of wave as we make our way over. Just be like, hey friend.
He turns around, and if you let him, he just brings you into a huge bear hug. And he kind of rustles the top of your head, and he's like, well, damn, I never thought that this ship would wash up on shore and bring me mom back. And he kind of hugs her on the side again. He's like, and to think I asked you to kill her yesterday.
Well, I mean, we're gonna put her to rest or something, but I'm glad this worked out way better.
Well, sure, I really owe you everything I got. It's not much.
Nah.
But
I mean, you already gave us hot chocolate.
that is a good trade.
Uh,
Well, this is the town of Center Star. There's not a lot going on here. We're a very small town, but
For such a small town, your library has many interesting books.
oh, well, you're
Or
talking about the
whoever's.
keep. Yeah, for sure. The keep was pretty great.
Who owned the keep before Vanatoth moved in?
Oh well, there was a lot of owners of the keep. There was this group that went by the star thing, something like that. Some stars, something.
yeah, we saw stuff about him inside.
Yeah, those ones. They were pretty cool. They kind of stayed off on their own though. Didn't do much with the whole village area. They were never here that long. And then Orion used to use it, or used to own it. He is a draconian of the astral variety.
Oh,
Oh.
what happened to him? Was he?
Oh,
Like-
well, he's over there. He
Ah!
just points off. You look over and you see this 7.5 foot tall draconian man. He has dark black scales, stars embedded in them, and he has wings actually on his back, kind of underneath his arms, kind of like vampire style though. And he has a long snout and these big sharp teeth. He looks very imposing.
And-
Yeah.
As far as we know, there are no other astral draconians left, right?
Yeah, you've never seen one before.
All right, Blossom will sort of lean over to those and be like, all right, I don't want to assume all astral draconians are going to know each other, but he might know something about Azor Bale or any of the shit. Maybe he can help us with AJ.
Maybe he's the one who brought the book to the keep originally, and Vanatoth was like, oh, this is good beans. I'm going to hide this under the stairs.
Oh, the scary screamy book?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Who wants to tell him we took his house?
Hey, Orion, we moved into your old house.
We're all like, all right.
Squatters
Must
thingamajig.
ask for it.
He
Rats.
turns around and you all just kind of like feel this chill pass down your spine. He's not like a mean fellow, but he's very intimidating. He looks over with these like steely, like bluish eyes, kind of gray in the right light. He's like, "Hello, I am Orion. It's nice to meet you." He holds out like a clawed hand. His claws may be extended a little farther than they would be if you would have greeted him in a different way.
Sorry about Cave Jacks. He sometimes speak before thinking.
Oh, I sometimes do think before speaking, just not always.
Sometimes.
He shakes all of your hands if you let him.
Look, Orion, there was no hard feelings. It was just, we were discussing about how we killed this dragon. Everyone came back to life, and then my friends were like, "How are we going to tell Orion that we moved into his place?" And this is me telling you we moved into your place.
Keep it.
Oh, I mean, I'm
Well,
sure
that
there.
settles that.
we were going
Thank you.
to anyway, but okay.
But
My life is on a different path. That keep is behind me.
Did you
Okay.
Did you happen to find your path in an Astropath Arcanum?
He pulls you off to the side. He kind of like sweetly smiles disarmingly at the person that he's talking to, and he pulls you into an alleyway and smacks King Jax up the side of the head.
Ow, what was that for?
He's like, "Are you going to really say that out loud here?"
Well, okay, what else am I gonna say out loud?
is there a reason we shouldn't, actually?
We don't know anything about it, so if
We're very
whatever you
new
could
in
tell
town.
us,
We're
Yeah,
doing
whatever you could tell us, we would very much appreciate it.
That book has been kept here secret for a long time, and I don't want you all to be the lot that some wizard or someone with nefarious intentions gets a hold of it.
Would the anti detection orb is back up and running, so the island should be safe.
That is great news. Great news indeed. Thank you for doing that.
What exactly is the Astropath Arcanum?
It is a map to other realms that we should not travel in. Alright, that is all you need to know. Where is it now?
Well, it's someone who will never open the book ever right now. No interest in reading. But why did you have it? Do you know anything about an Azor Bale? Are you gonna smack me for that one too?
You talk about my uncle so openly.
Your uncle?
Your uncle.
He looks back down the alleyway. Everyone's kind of like looking to him to be like the leader right now.
Bryn just kind of.
He pulls you a few feet down the alleyway more. He's like, "Yes, I am a child of Agora, and if that is a problem, you can leave."
I
No,
mean, sorry, King Jax.
no problem here.
I mean, I want to know if you have any other relatives who might be kicking around, though. Maybe.
I know of the two. I know of
Wait,
more,
which
but
two?
I know of Azor Bale and I know of Agora.
Ah, yes. Okay.
There are more, but I need to go find them. That is why you can keep the keep, and I will go do this.
Okay. Another secret thing that should not go beyond this alleyway.
Pulls you down the alleyway more, 20 feet.
We're just moving further.
Look, do
and
we want to just
further.
head back to to our crib where it looks like we're devising a strategy for this town? Oh, we're the great saviors who brought you back to life by killing the big mean dragon. We're gonna
Yeah.
go talk with Orion now.
If
Yeah,
you
that's
would
actually
wish.
nicer
particular
than
plan, yeah,
the
let's do that.
dumpster.
If you would wish.
And that's what I do. I go to the crowd and be like, "Oh, we are the great slayers of Vanatoth that brought you back to life. We're gonna go talk to Orion in his big fancy castle now and discuss property deeds."
They all look to Orion. He's like, "Yes, you can thank them for bringing you back to life, but I will make sure that they do not impact your way of life." They all kind of calm down once Orion's talked, and he kind of follows you up the hill. Just taking great strides. He's in front of you all. He has to slow down a few times for you.
Yes.
Most of the population like draconian, or I guess what's the population of the town like?
They're mostly humans.
Okay.
Maybe a few halflings, but it's mostly human. He's the only draconian. Yeah.
Okay. Just figured that could be important, maybe. At least good to know.
Sure. He takes you up to the war room. Hancock's cleaning in there. Hancock kind of, oh, heavens, and he heads out.
When we are alone, I will take AJ out of my bag.
AJ immediately curls up in Orion's hand that's outstretched on the table. Seems you have a little one here. And he kind of scratches him between the eyes.
Yes, he seems to be some kind of astral dragon. I'm not sure what to make of it.
Well, I see that much, but I could not tell you farther than that. I have been dead for 1,000 years.
Okay.
I mean, if nothing else, I think it's safe to say none of us have ever tried, raising any kind of dragon. Certainly not an astral dragon. Is there anything maybe we should, I don't know about? We want to keep him safe.
Do you feed him?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you feed him?
Meat, mostly.
All right, then you're doing fine.
Oh, okay.
Are pancakes and bacon okay?
Bacon, yes. Pancakes, too sweet for a dragon.
How quick can we expect him to grow, actually? Because we're trying to keep him hidden, but I know, the fucking bigger he gets, that's gonna get harder. We'd like to be able to plan.
And what if they're protein pancakes?
Protein, yes.
Okay.
I believe that dragons grow pretty fast, and especially with the uncertain nature of a astral dragon. I would assume that perhaps he won't fit in your bag for very long.
We are going to have to find a way to disguise him as something else.
Is there any possible way we could read the Astropath Arcanum without our brains being turned to goop?
No.
Well, that
Not
answers
even
that.
maybe, not even a perhaps, or there might be some esoteric hidden way.
Please
Nothing.
be my guest if you would like to try. I would enjoy watching.
You don't want to try, I promise.
But I do
So you
want
did
to
try.
I mean, not intentionally.
Yeah, okay.
So, how did you come into possession of the fortress and kind of become the de facto leader of this place?
I landed here.
Landed?
Yes, you do not know the story.
No.
Well, my uncle Azor Bale was in a giant meteor. It struck another plane. There was a corrupted one that branched off, and that's how my mother came into being. What they don't tell you is that the meteor she arrived in was lined with baby eggs that she abandoned. And here I am. And so anyways, I landed on this isle. I need to go find the other eggs and see if there are more of them.
Dang, alright. I don't think we've seen anything that might help him find any of them, have we? I just sort of look to the others. I can't think of anything. I'd like to be able to help if we can.
I appreciate that, and I will let you know if I have any leads. Perhaps you can help in the future.
Yeah.
So you mentioned this being son of Agora, which is no problem, but how do you feel about your mum?
I do not share her traits, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, what about the
We are
runes?
equally as blunt, but not equally as evil.
What about the runes? Do you know anything about that?
I do not know that word.
Okay, never mind. Forget it.
I will forget it.
Well, I mean, fucking avoid them if you ever hear it. That's for sure.
Just stay away.
You all will be the first to know if I hear it, but I won't.
Thank you. We appreciate that very much.
So,
Sorry. I was gonna ask if he maybe knows any of the other dragons we gotta go find or anything about them.
Oh yes.
notes.
It is in roll
We are
20.
trying. We are trying to piece together a name, a secret, hidden, forgotten name of a demon that belongs to someone called the Matriarch. You would not perhaps know where we should look next. We found some letters on that
Just
one.
Chris, out of character, you do have it marked on your map where the next ones are, but
Yeah, I mean, I know we know like their locations, but if we can get like any information about them before we go traipsing into their lair, like we did this time, that would be nice.
Yeah, like any sort of heads up, any clues, any information you
Right?
could tell us.
Yeah, anything you can tell us
Just
about.
if he happens to know, that was Blossom's thinking.
well,
If-
as you rattle off the names, he says, "Well, Chaldrith the Sunken Sorrow is very familiar. Living on an island, you'd be foolish to not know that name. You have to be very careful in certain areas of the sea. I could take you to one where I have lost ships before. If you probably do not want to go there, but if you are dead set on finding Chaldrith, then he lives in an underground cove somewhere, and
My brain said pineapple. I'm so sorry.
he lives in an underground cove, and he hoards things as dragons do.
Do you know what he hoards?
Water.
What's his own ships? Gold? I don't know.
Blossom's just pouting.
No one is telling you how to do it.
Yeah, well, I know my luck. That is good to know, though. Thank you. We do have a ship. We were gonna call Keith back the next time we were ready to go to the next one. I mean, if you've got like maybe a point you could show us on the map or lead us to. We don't want, we don't want you getting tangled up in anything else.
I believe I will be staying here and going on the other side of the island to find my brothers and sisters and their eggs. Hopefully they're still in their eggs and have not been born to worship Agora on their own. Form their own opinions. It's dangerous.
Look, Orion, just because we slayed the dragon, and we're kind of setting up a base of operation here for something that's quite large and realm spanning. But it seems that the people here trust you to lead them and guide them, and you probably know them better than we do, and you're probably going to be around more, so we don't want to step on your toes in that regard.
No, neither do I. I apologize if I come off blunt, but it is a bit jarring to see that people now live in my house and I am now alive.
Yes,
I mean, I think it's safe to say you're like welcome to stay in the keep and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I appreciate the offer, but as I said, as you all said, I will be best served among the people for now, so. And plus, I need to find my brothers and sisters.
all right, well, I mean, I guess if the time ever comes, if you need, somewhere to stay, you're always, welcome here. Like, thank you.
I appreciate the sentiment.
All right. Well, shit. How much time did we actually spend traveling and stuff? Because I know we only had a month before we had to be back in Hagrimere, right?
Near Hagrimere, yeah. It's been about a week and a half, probably.
Okay, so we've got like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. You've got
Right.
time.
We still have like that teleporting stone or whatever if we need to get back real quick too, right? Or
Yeah, Bryn has one, if you want to roll the dice on it.
kitty.
Oh.
What a baby. All right, I'm distracted now.
So Orion gets up and he says, I will be going to the other side of the island to find out whatever is going on over there. If you would like to join, you are welcome, but you do not have to.
I think, do we have some time for that? I mean,
We were gonna spend some
I'd like
time
to know.
resting while we're here on the Scry Safe Islands.
yeah,
Probably take a couple of days.
could be fun, could be cool.
Do we know how many days it would take us to get to the next islands that we were just talking about?
Probably like 3 or 4.
Okay,
You're
so we could
pretty
definitely
close.
take a few days, yeah.
You've got time.
Alright, I don't want to
Also-
make like a timing decision that's gonna screw Saren over while Kate's not here by
No, yeah, yeah.
accident.
No, I'm keeping track. We're good.
Cool.
Yeah, so you have this island now. Orion invited you to go egg hunting, basically. He's going to
Egg
go Easter egg hunting the next day. Is there anything else you'd like to do, or any conversations you want to have, anything you want to talk about? I will say, out of character, that you have amassed a group of allies, and I'm not going to tell you how to play the game, because it's y'all's game, but this probably would be a pretty safe to amass your hodgepodge army.
This is our Grimwald place, everyone.
Yeah, you get the
Seriously.
feeling. You get the feeling this might be the most secure location that you will find. So
So this is where the council will be meeting.
Yeah, I mean, I might just spend a little while shooting out some messages from my circlet,
okay, who would you like
giving
to,
everyone a heads up.
who would
this
you
is
like
where
to
we're meeting.
message?
Let's see. I want to let Kit know
Okay.
that we have a safe place. Who else should I let know? Marsaurus,
Probably our rat demon friends.
our
Yeah.
demon friends. Yeah. hmm
They might still be with Marsaurus, actually, because wasn't
Actually,
he
they might.
transporting them?
Yeah.
Do we want to ask Ton?
Yeah.
No, he's not welcome.
Tell him about the island.
Maybe
Re-
super last stitch.
I'll let Keith know where we
Let
are.
Keith know. Let Aurora know. Let
Aurora.
the clan.
Blossom's dad.
Let Kane
Blossom's
Jackson's
dad,
clan. who's
My
with
elf
Blossom's
family,
dad.
my aunt.
Saffron.
Elf family.
I think a lot of those are like doubled up too.
Yeah,
They're
we got a
quite
few.
easier.
Mr. Micah.
Oh shit!
you gotta have Mr. Mike.
Gotta
on
get the jellies in
You
there.
gotta get Mr. Micah on the island.
Oh, could message Pearl because they're also like a divination specialist.
Yes.
So.
That's not a bad thought. Yeah.
Yes.
Pearl.
Wizards.
We should probably let the Order of the Weave know. At least
Yeah,
somebody
wait,
from it.
Saren's got like
Saren's
title with
mentor.
them now.
Who was
Yeah,
Saren's
Quill.
mentor now?
Will, yeah.
Will. And we also Atticus Finch owes us a favor.
Corellius, yeah.
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 Yeah, Atticus
no.
Finch is a very different
Let
character.
my Tiamat cult know.
No, we're not telling the Tiamat where we are.
You want to have this conversation in character?
Oh, but we need to let the if we're going to be doing things with dragons, and if we're going to be having the power of Tiamat on our side.
No offense, Kinjax, but I do not want to tell the Dragon Cult where the unportable island is.
All
I
right.
mean, we could sit on that and kind of wait, you know? I mean, maybe once we like have to deal with them again or something, we might get a better reading. Not exactly like we all met under the best circumstances, and Blossom's just giggling to herself, remembering how she framed one of them.
Yeah.
Look,
Let's just wait on that one. Yeah.
Look, I don't like them as much as anyone else, but I just don't want to tick them off. It's not like I made my pledge to them, like completely willingly. I was under quite a bit of duress when I made that whole oath.
Well, yeah, so I mean, that's kind of one reason I think we don't need to like rush into telling them every little thing we do.
Not to
Like,
mention that
when we're
bringing
ready.
them in, yeah, and bringing them in might alienate the other allies we already have.
Good point. Fine. I will wait. Should we let the tree person know that we met a long time ago? Will
Oh
it?
yeah.
Oh, that druid guy.
Yeah.
Right? He helped us out.
Yeah.
Wazlane?
Pinned in
Adrian
our
doesn't
chat.
know half of
Yeah.
these people.
Wazlane's they, them, by the way, but yes.
Oh,
Waslane.
Waslane. There we go.
Waslane.
Thank you.
Should we let
they're
them
in
eat?
the NPC doc that I
I was
just
just
made.
opening it. I was just opening it. We should probably let Togue know.
Oh
Togue might
yes,
be able to
definitely
read
Togue. What
We tell
about those-
Kit, she'll tell people in the chapters if
Well,
we're
tell
kind of
the
limited
ogres.
on spells.
Ooh.
ogres?
Dearest ogres, it is
Oh,
I,
no.
King Jax, your king. Remember how I became your king? You thought I was...
Motherfucker!
Yes, and motherfucker, we got
Motherfucker.
no.
Rope MF then.
We gotta get MF in. Have Kate bring her, bring Rags. Rags is pretty cool. We could ask Keith's old captain, maybe?
Let's leave that to Keith. See if
Do
he
we
knows
want to do
anything.
that?
Should we let the fuck, I'm blanking on the name, the Bliss. Yeah, should we let Bliss know?
Wait, let who know?
Question. Bliss on the Council of Voices.
Oh shit. I
Oh,
mean, I think we'll need to.
Yeah, okay, I'll
Yes.
let Bliss know.
oh, beans.
Nice. Sick.
What's the matter, King Jax? Don't want to see your lady friend again?
It was a one-time rendezvous, and it was. We're
Was
not.
it now?
We're not exactly friends. We're kind of frenemies.
But I thought you smooched, King Jax.
Yes, we did. There was some canoodling, but I thought the furball doesn't kiss and tell. Oh.
Blossom's just enjoying this because that's like shit King Jax has said to her before.
Oh,
Should we let those monks know?
which monks?
You remember the monks? What?
That narrows it down. Which
He
one?
holds up the currently lit joint. You're gonna need to jog my
With
memory.
the fountains with the hands in the cave.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, should we
Yeah.
let them know? They might be useful.
Couldn't hurt.
Fuck it.
I don't remember
Fuck
any
it.
other names, y'all.
Nor do I.
No, me neither, but I'll send them a message.
But if we can
Oh.
find them, might as well.
All right. Cool.
Fuck it. I'll take anyone we can get right now. Shit.
Yeah, scraping the bottom of the barrel a little bit, but it feels necessary.
I now I will ask: are you just letting them know of the island, or like trying to get them to come to it, or just letting them know what's up?
I'm letting them know where it is and what the purpose is, like why they know this. But I'm not asking them to come right now.
Okay.
So
It's kind of like a be ready.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have a headquarters space picked out for when shit hits the fan, and we need to meet up and figure out what we're doing next. And this is where it is.
You get a varying array of messages.
I mean, we might have some people that we do want to tell to come here, like maybe King Jax's clan and
Yeah.
Blossoms, like people we want to keep safe.
And
Yeah,
actually,
okay, we'll tell King Jax's clan and the Wandering Dust to just come right on.
Actually, we should probably also get Kit here, just so we have a chapters of brass, like
what do you
someone
think
with con.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
Abby, what?
Oh, I was agreeing with Alex. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
No,
mean
it
to
was
cut
like the
you off.
sound
I just
cut.
wanted to agree with you.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, we're gonna do kind of a weird thing. I'm gonna
Oh.
say we spend a few days here. We help Orion. Maybe we do that next session, or we don't. I don't care what you guys do. But we'll bypass that just to start having people kind of arrive here. And we'll kind of, since we only have like 15, 20 minutes left, we'll kind of do that. And then call it good. So you want the Wandering Dust here. You want King Jax's clan. You want
Mhm.
Kit here
Yes, with Callan.
with Callan. Okay, bring Callan.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Then Pearl would probably come because
Kit could
makes
bring
sense.
Heaven, so we have a freaking healer that's not me
Heaven would be good.
on staff.
Should we see about getting Mr. Mikey here to see if he can start setting up any kind of defenses?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
let's
yeah!
do that.
There's
into
cubes everywhere.
Also, we're
Bring
gonna
in
have
the
a we're gonna have Keith set up in like you said it's like an island, and that city was kind of like against a shore, right?
I mean, Keith dropped us here, so
Yeah. So I want Keith to set up more by the tower.
Okay.
So like
on the
we
back
kind of
end.
control the port. Yeah, we
Gotcha.
want to control the port here.
Sure. Yeah, I'll get you a map so you can also start planning things between games because I find that fun as a
I
player.
love this
Yeah,
shit.
So,
Bryn's gonna want a map of the terrain.
yeah, you got it. I'll
Yeah.
make one this week.
Yeah.
before
So
you
then
send it over.
and then what I'll do, we'll plan our dragon route, and then we should probably start also considering other allies we could try and potentially get by doing either favors or paying them a lot of money.
Sick.
I mean,
Are
valid.
we gonna have to fucking ask Ton? Is that one thing we're gonna have to do?
I mean, if nothing
Probably.
else, we might need to try to steal that like planar
Okay.
ring from him so we can get to the abyss to get that sweet staff.
I'm gonna warn Ton that this dragon thing and the matriarch might be hitting the fan. I'm not telling him where the fuck we are.
Well, the problem is King Jax's clan, where he's hanging out right now, is just gonna up and leave, and then he's gonna be like, "Why the fuck did that happen?" So he's gonna
He's not
know.
there anymore. He went and stole magic.
I mean, our characters don't know that though.
Yeah.
That's true. But we kicked him out pretty soundly.
You can ask whoever you speak to there if he's still around
Don't tell
and be
Ton.
like, don't tell him the details, but you
He's
know,
not coming. He's not invited.
right? Just like warn him, shit's going down.
You send a
Yeah.
message to King Jax's brother, and he says, "Oh, I kicked that guy out like the second day you left."
Fuck
Yes.
yeah. Good job.
Anyone else out of these you want to actually have like a conversation with, or you just want him to come here, pretty much?
I think we're just kind of setting up right now. We're just
Yeah.
kind of getting
Yeah.
our base set up. Like, we're in the building phase where we're still collecting minerals and maybe building that Vespine gas converter.
Collect more minerals.
We could try and touch base with Cal and get an Abyss update, since we
Oh,
do
shit.
know we're gonna need to go there for that staff if we want to get it, which
And
I
to
think
kill
we're gonna
Thunder.
need. And
I
to kill
can't-
Thunder.
I can't sending him on another plane though.
Oof.
Oh no? How were we doing it before then? Because
Darren
East
had to
Dork, it
contact
was a
other
ring.
plane.
We'd use contact other planar. I'd use like one of Kane Jax's old spells.
Oh, okay. I thought sending
Lost
worked and it was
magic.
just a percentile or something.
I
the
lo-
old way.
I lost some of my good utility spells.
No, I mean that's
Yeah.
good to know though, at least.
Thank you,
I don't think we
Roll20
have
friends.
those anymore.
Thank you, Roll20 friends, for hosting us.
Oh yay! Thank
Thank
you.
Speaking
We're just kind of at the end here, hanging out and planning our base because I like base building games and I force.
We
them
got a
into it.
castle.
Look,
I have a library.
look, you want me to become a sucker for your game? Give me a stronghold. Like stronghold mechanics, and
I've been waiting for this for like 10 levels, so it's paying off. We got the
I'm
crossover
excited.
episode, we got the base. Yeah, okay, so we'll just surmise the next like 3-4 days.
Okay.
You know, the feeling of exhaustion finally leaves you as you feel like, okay, I just fought like demon lords and dragons, elder dragons, and now I can finally move my muscles again. So, you know, we can hash out if you help Orion or not, whatever. But eventually, one by one, people start filtering in. The first person to come by is definitely Kit and Marsaurus. They're definitely the fastest here on the wings of a dragon. You see, eventually, Marsaurus kind of he climbs onto the side of the lighthouse and he kind of like peeks his head in, and you just hear "Holy shit!" And Broadworth is just up in the top, like just terrified of this dragon. And Marsaurus is like bugging him and playing pranks on him as he kind of climbs down to the sands.
Oh shit, maybe we should have warned people in this town that a dragon is fucking rolling on.
So Kit walks up to the beach and, you know, gives you all hugs. It's only been like a week since you've seen her, but she's just happy to see that you didn't die to the first dragon, the first test, really. She gives you all hugs, and she's dressed for battle because she didn't really know what to expect.
I like to imagine every time Kit sees us, she's just like, "Holy shit, you're alive!"
It's that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean. You're the worst pirates I've ever heard of.
You're the worst chapter members I've ever heard of.
But
feel like
you
we get
have
that-
heard of us.
Yeah, I feel like we get that reaction a lot, to be fair.
When
Yeah.
the wrong turns come a knocking. Yeah.
I would have
Comic-
sworn you died.
Please state your
But we
purpose.
lived.
Before I can let you in, could you please state your purpose in town? Oh, we're on a quest for vengeance.
All
But
right,
I
so
was right though, and we got in.
that's true. So Kit arrives. She exchanges pleasantries, as she's always somewhat polite, at least. Yeah, so you can start like setting her up and stuff. So with her on the back of the dragon, Adrian Callan runs up to you and gives you a hug around the leg. And you see Callan, he looks the same as he did. Maybe a few, like his hair is a little darker with the seasons, but he looks up, he's like, "Hi, Auntie," and he just hugs onto you for a while.
Oh, hey there. Miss me, kid?
Yes, very much. And he kind of smiles up, and it's nice to just see him because, like, you know, the last time you left, he was, well, he wasn't unconscious, but you know what I mean. It's still a new, fresh feeling to have him conscious. And Kit walks over and kind of ruffles his hair, and he's like, "Hope you don't mind, Adrian. I kind of gave him a ride on the dragon. I thought it'd be a pretty cool experience for him, you know."
Was it a cool experience?
And then he just kind of starts rambling to Adrian about, yeah, and then he did a barrel roll and we fell into the ocean, but don't worry, Marsaurus came in and saved us. Did you know he can polymorph into like different creatures and stuff? And then he just goes on and on of all these like terrible things that happen.
Here's Kane Jax the whole time. It's just like mouth agape, big grin, just ooh.
Marsaurus shifts down into his golden or his brass draconian like humanoid shape, and he's like, "Don't worry, Adrian. I had him the whole time. He was fine."
I'm glad you're safe. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. And he runs off. He's like, "Do I get a room in the castle?" And he just runs off ahead.
Yep.
Amazing. I'll say probably Pearl also shows up at this point. And they have like their like swatch of pink hair with like white shocks kind of folded over their head. And they walk up and give Blossom like a little hug. They're a dwarf, right? They're pretty
Halfling.
so they're pretty short, probably like a waist hug.
I'll bend down to give them a hug back and be like, so glad you made it.
Yeah, is this the new digs? I like it.
Yeah, thanks. We murdered a dragon for it, like you do.
Sick. This is a big upgrade from that old abandoned shack we used to share.
Right? I mean, I like it. It's pretty nice. Don't know how much I'll actually be here, but I mean, make yourself comfy. There's a butt ton of books.
All right, so we'll say, like maybe like a few hours later or the next day or something, Blossom, you're upstairs with Pearl, and they are working on the big like open ceiling thing. They took a strong interest in that. And they say, "I'm pretty sure I could get this thing to transport you places eventually if we found the right stuff."
To transport us places, yeah? All
Yeah,
right.
sure. I mean, I was working on it at your old place, but it wasn't strong enough. It wasn't strong enough magic to transport you. But with this thing, and they kind of motion up to the, and what you
sweet.
now might understand as a teleportation circle, that was just kind of chilling in the house.
I'm like, oh man, well now I'm really glad that when I tried that lever, we were all the way over there.
Yeah, they go on and they look up, and you do see there's this ring of like different colored crystals embedded into the ceiling, and there's one missing that they point out, and they say, "Yeah, I think if you could find maybe like an emerald to go there, I think we can complete the circle, and y'all could travel where you want."
That'd be pretty great. So just like a regular old emerald, something that'll fit in there?
Well, a pretty big one, maybe worth around 500 gold or so.
All right, I mean, if we can't find one, to buy, I'll find one to take.
Sure, yeah, just let me know.
For the greater good.
Yeah, of course, always. Just let me know and I'll hook that thing up. I'm really interested in it myself, as you know, so just let me know how I can
Yeah.
help.
Absolutely. I guess without the other circle working, there's been no progress on your end, huh?
No, it
Like
wasn't.
for that.
It was kind of fading. The magic wasn't strong enough. It's kind of a
All right.
bummer, but
Sorry.
no, that's all right. It was worth a shot. I mean, I did learn a few things, and that's how I was able to figure that one out so quick.
All right. Well, that's definitely good to know. We kind of have to make a little trip down to the abyss sometime. So, like, we'll be needing it for that, I guess.
Plenty of emeralds down there, but
Great. Doesn't help us here, though. All right. I will make sure the others are aware of our need for an emerald for planar travels.
you'll find one. I know you will. They kind of slap you on the back.
Thanks.
The next day, Kangjax and Blossom's clan comes, and you can see that they have chartered a boat of sorts, and made their way here. So it's pretty funny seeing this clan of like giant yetis disembark this like boat. They're all wearing the equivalents of like swim trunks and shorts and tank tops because they're not used to it being so hot. It's like a big vacation for them. Kangjax, your mom runs up and gives you a big hug. She's like, "Oh, my dear boy, what have you gotten us all into?" And she kind of like rubs the back of your neck a little.
Nothing yet. Just, taking precautionary measures before we enter into stages of big wars against secret families that have secretly been running the realm forever.
She pulls herself back and she's like, "So you've gotten us into a lot."
Yes, I thought you knew this.
"I did. I'm just messing with you. Here, I made snacks." And she gives you a little basket full of
Oh,
pastries.
yes! And he's just like already like got it open and shoving a pastry in his mouth.
Your brother walks over, gives you a cool guy forearm handshake.
I return cool
He's
guy
like,
forearm handshake.
"I know we don't always see eye to eye, but I appreciate you looking out for the clan even when you are afar. This place looks safe."
Well, I always been looking after our clan, no matter where I'm at.
Nah, I think I see that now. He kind of pulls you in close for another cool guy shake, a little bit closer.
Like the half hug that
Yeah.
the cool guy warrior half hug.
It's the cool guy stuff, yeah. He's a cool guy. A man's man. And he kind of walks off, and again, they're like on vacation. Like most of the clan, like auxiliary members of the clan that I won't name, are like playing in the waves and just like sweating profusely because it's so hot for them here.
Poor Yetis. They pant. Remember, we pant.
Oh,
we
you
don't
pant, right?
So it's just a bunch of.
Just a lot of mouth, a lot of air transferring on the beach. Blossom, your dad and the other members of the clan, they are now not in their winter jackets, so things have seemed to shift a little bit, but they arrive as well, maybe on a separate boat because it's big, but they come in, and your dad, Cloud, kind of comes over and gives you a hug. He's like, daughter, it's good to see you. I see this place is nicer than the last. I don't have to wear my coat. He kind of, again, gives you like an awkward smile.
And I'm just like, yeah, I thought y'all might like this a little bit better than the tundra.
Look, I have to admit, it was nice to give us a new place, but this is more our speed, I think. And you can kind of see some of the other, what do we call them, beast folk, tabaxis, whatever, are, mingling with the other villagers quickly, as they are all very charismatic people trained from birth, basically, to be charismatic. There's no better word for it, so...
Well, I mean, these people all just kind of came back from, like, the dead, I guess, a few days ago, so pretty sure they could do with some, I don't know, lightness and entertainment.
Well, I think that we can do that. And he walks up, he's like, have I ever told you this story? And he just walks into, like, this large group of people. Starts telling a story about a time that he stole from a noble and lost part of his ear, and, just...
Oh man, I was always told that story as like a way to not do that. Jeez, and I was making it sound all fucking cool. I see how it is.
Bit of a show off at times. But only when the moment's right. Who else did we want to bring here? Anybody else? I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Do we want to bring Mr. Micah into the fold?
Fuck yeah, we want to bring Mr.
He was
Micah.
the last one on the list.
I have not heard that voice in so long. I need to hear good old
ages.
good old Mr. M's voice.
We'll say that he is in the tower with Broadworth, where Marsaurus is messing with Broadworth, and he jumps off of the back of the tail. He's like, "Oh, hello! It is so nice to see you all." And he walks. He's got like jam smeared across his face. He walks up and gives you like fist bumps or cool guy stuff.
I like to imagine Mr. Micah walking towards the wrong turns. It's like a fucking celebrity. He's just like, yeah, high-fiving like everyone as he's walking up. Like, yeah, it's like red carpet.
Yeah, he's
I love how we've just adopted this guy. We love him so much.
He's literally like the worst NPC. You guys are like, yeah, that one.
It's how it always goes.
I know. Well, where am I to be setting up shop? I know you didn't drag me out here without the storefront.
Is there an alchemy lab in here?
Sure.
All right. Or do we have to pay for one?
I'll say that Hancock has gotten to work on a few buildings in the meantime.
All right. We'll let Mr. Micah have one.
Okay. So Mr. Micah sets up shop. Everybody's kind of settling in nicely. Anything else anyone wants to do before we wrap up here?
Depends. Do you have just one more thing?
I don't know. Do I? It's been pretty hunky dory for a while, reuniting with beloved NPCs, family members. It'd be a shame if one of them went missing on the island.
It'd be a shame if something happened to him.
Everyone who has family is now on this island in one place.
Wow,
Surely.
thanks for putting all your favorite and most important NPCs to your characters all in one place for me.
Thank you.
He's all, I don't want to tell you how to play the game, but you may want to start getting everybody together for a reason.
Anything else then?
Nope.
Just intense regrets.
Yep.
Sweet. So,
A deep feeling of foreboding.
Yeah.
so King Jax. I love the Abby mic. King King Jax, you're sleeping one night with the window open to kind of get that chill ocean air in. And you kind of feel it, and you kind of hear the waves swaying, similar to when Keith had you aboard the Cold Sea Titan, and it kind of lulls you to sleep after a while. You're home, a new home. You're on this island, and you're on the beach, and you see Bulin kind of walking along the beach outside of the window.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna instinctively run to Bulin.
Okay. You run out to the ocean, and you see Bulin, and he's just kind of, oh, hello, King Jax. And he just kind of sits down on the beach next to you.
Oh, hey Bulin, it's been quite some time. I didn't know if you were gonna ever pay a visit again.
Well, things have been a bit difficult. I think I am dead.
Yeah, just a wee bit. It makes things a little hard.
I see you have adopted new leadership.
We're having a change in aesthetic. I never did get a goth phase, so I think it's my, or maybe it's like one of those like pre-midlife crises that you have. I don't know. It was a sticky situation.
Either way, it is pretty cool, I have to admit.
I mean, it's not a bad plan, to like get Tiamat to become a good guy. Like,
I've seen wilder plans. I've seen you pull off wilder plans.
I mean, you're just like, I'm gonna go solve a puzzle, and then you're a god. So, like, if you could like solve a puzzle and become a god, why can't I convert the dragon?
That's what I'm saying. I think it was a fantastic move, and I would have done the same.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. I know my friends don't exactly understand the judgment call made there, but they'll see someday.
They'll get it in time. I did come to gloat, though. I have to admit, I did come to gloat.
What, is being dead a lot cooler than they say it is?
No, I'm just going to subtly say that I was right. You are looking out for the clan, even when I am not around. Yes, this place seems lovely.
It's a bit warm, but yes.
It is a bit warm, isn't it?
Yes, maybe I'll have to start getting like haircuts or something. Ugh.
Ugh. He kind of like, he's like subconsciously playing with the black beads in his own hair, kind of like putting it up so it's not as
Yeah.
hot.
Well, I miss you, bud.
I miss you too. I am trying to find a way back, but I don't think it's going to happen without external help.
Well, oh, we found this really funny book that would allow us to cross past like the reality and dimensions. Do you think that could do the trick?
I've heard worse. I think you should give it a shot. Is there any drawbacks?
Well, there's one huge drawback, and that is the
Ah.
book immediately annihilates the brain of whoever reads
Oh.
it. Because, it's one of those, mortals are not to know the secret truth to everything, even though everyone knows the answer is 42. You told me that one.
I did, yes. Well, maybe let your brother read it. He never had the most brains anyways.
Actually, if we're gonna have anyone read it, I think Adrian could, like, look at it, not comprehend the word, and be okay.
I think Adrian would scare the book, actually.
You know what? That's a good idea. Intimidate the book. Bullying. This is why I miss you. You have the best ideas.
Well, I have to go. My time's up. Sorry.
No, you can't just go.
Look, I'm not here a lot. I have to escape the Soul Forge. I might have been Arch Existence, but I'm not super special anymore. I'm just another soul.
Well, you're still special to me, old bud.
Same here, Libror. And he kind of pulls you in for a huge Yeti hug.
Yeah, I return the Yeti hug. Tears are shed.
Yeah. The next morning, you wake up on the beach. And you don't know if that was a dream. There's no imprint in the sand next to you where he sat. There's no sign. There's no, like, smell of Bulin. There's nothing. So you don't know if you got too high and that was a dream.
Oh, beans. I should not have smoked that dab that Mr. Micah gave me. Whew.
So you wake up and you're good. I will leave you with this note tonight, Wrong Turns. King Jax, as you're getting back to the keep, everyone's awake in the common room. Bryn's reading one of the many books that she's found between the stacks. Adrian is just getting back from her morning routine. Blossom is probably hungover, and King Jax just rolls in, smelling like
Sandy.
weed and Sandy. And Blossom, you hear from the other room, this rattling. Well, you all hear it. You hear this rattling noise, and Blossom, it's coming from where you stayed last night.
All right. Like, I imagine we're all kind of looking around, and I'm like, I don't think I did anything weird last night. I'll make my way over to the room.
Well, if you did, that'd make two of us who had really weird nights.
All right, we'll circle back to that.
We don't have time to unpack all of
Right.
that right now.
I'll kind of like stealthily pad into the room and like peek my head and see what's going on.
Okay. It's coming from your portable hole that you have plastered against one of the walls, probably. And it's just like this rattling noise, just like bumping and banging into stuff.
What did I do now? I'll go in and take a look, even though
I'm like-
Sam has an idea.
I'm hiding behind the doorway, peeking in like, oh no, oh beans, oh beans, oh beans.
You peek your head in and you see Scream Hoarder. It's no longer being used as a table prop.
Oh, man.
But it has scratched up the entire interior of the portable hole. There's alcohol leaking on the floor from the empty barrels, and you just
You
hear
fucker.
hunger, and it's just like yelling out, and you hear this audible voice. I need you all to roll initiative, but we'll do that next time.
Oh, shit!
Oh!
Why are you like
this?
Because I don't have anything else.
Oh, fuck. I feel like Blossom just sort of turns over her shoulder to King Jackson. It's just like, we'll touch on this later, but I'm just gonna say right now, this is somehow all your fault.
Probably.
Amazing. Well,
What a session.
let's go around and plug quick. But thank you all for playing. You survived the dragon fight, and you build a base of operations, so that's pretty cool. Shelby wants me to show you all the zucchini again. It's massive.
Yes, that zucchini is huge,
That's
bruh.
amazing.
Look at this thing.
Big zucchini.
It's like
Did
my
you
hand.
grow that? Like,
Shelby's mom
That's what
grew
she
it, I'm
said.
assuming.
that's amazing.
That's an incredible zucchini.
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
For
Wild.
anyone who can't see, like,
Oh, yeah,
or
sure.
isn't like watching via chat or whatever, like this zucchini is the size of is as long as a human torso. It's like
It
as
really
long
is.
Yeah,
as
that's like 2 feet of Zook at least.
Mhm.
2 feet of soup.
2 feet of zook.
All right, let's go around and plug. Let's start with Sam tonight.
Zook.
Zook! Hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at TheSameWisest. I'm Samwise_GameG here on Twitch. I'm the disability accessibility director here at the Chimera. You can see me right back here on Mondays with No Initiative for Quest the Soaring City. That is our new season. Make sure to come and check that out. Our second episode just posted to YouTube earlier, so check that out ASAP. Otherwise, you can see me back here on alternate Wednesdays. In addition to Agora's Bells, I am in Steam Spell, and I think right now that's actually all that I've got stream-wise. I'm trying to take things easy. So I'll pass it down to Lucy below me.
Hey, I'm Lucy. I'm here a lot. I also play in the other Wednesday game, Steam Spell, as Cat Steele, and I run elsewhere on the first Tuesday of every month. We will be having our next session up soon. I'm very excited for it. I run Clockwork Hearts, new episode coming soon, God willing. And I am going to have a very exciting announcement soon that is RPG related. So ear to our ground for that. And follow me on Twitter at Bluebird Draws. I post a lot of art.
Sweet, thanks, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex, but you probably know me as Mr. Puddins. I was in the midst of adjusting my mic so I could be like asking Lucy about what this exciting project is. I too have exciting projects. If you notice the whole channel points thing, if you're not on mobile, you can go in and spend channel points up to 2,000 a stream to help us reach a goal of 3,000 points. And we will do a live playtest of a game that is of my own making. And it is built for the Steam Spell system, which I run. still kind of in this weird limbo phase right now, so bear with us for that for Steam Spell. But join me Sunday as I join Awakened Pixels. I'll be guesting with them Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be playing Danky Kang, a big green version of Donkey Kong who
I fucking hate you.
I love you.
Danky Kang. So yeah, check that out on Sunday. Come hang out. Spend those channel points to get that live playtest of the Steam Spell RPG, and then I will pass it off to Abby.
Hello, I am Abby. I play Adrian Blackburn here, and I also play Nettle Swiftfoot on Steam Spell. And I think that's everything I'm involved in at the moment. But yeah, I'm getting my Dice Masters, 3rd time's the charm, right? I'm getting them on Friday, so follow me for dice pictures eventually. That's all.
Thank you. I'm Chris. I am the DM of Agora's Bells, of course. I play in Elsewhere and Steam Spell currently as 2 lovable, dense characters. um, that's about it. But thank you for joining us. I really appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Especially since we are switching systems again. This is a Fantasy Age stream now, so thank you so much. Check out all of our sponsors in the Twitch chat that Alex was just so kind to link. We got Tabletop Loot. We've got Heartbeat Dice. We've got the whole crew. Thank you again for Roll20 for the host tonight, and thank you for allowing us to be part of your Spotlight program. We really appreciate it, and we love working with y'all. So thank you so much. We will see you next time. Night.